by HOD ma'am, special address by our principal, and the inaugural address by our chief guest, Dr. D.H. Manjaiah, Professor and Chairman, Department of PG Studies and Research, Computer Science, Mangalore University. And the vote of thanks is by Dr. A. Meenaka, Professor CSC, Sri Sairam Engineering College, ATAL FDP Coordinator. Madhumita, over to you. You can go for prayers now.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Guru Subramaniam, you mute
Yes,
all except
yes,
people who are.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Vachai Mail Vahanane Shiva Bala Subramanyane Va Nichayelam Tanmele Vaiten Yellalavu Vayamillaye Alekadaloratile Engal Anbana Shanmugane Alaya Manam Tandai Unaku Ananta Koti Namaskaram Ninjamadil Kovilamaiten Adil Nirmayenum Divam Vaiten Senjilambu Konjum Vela Muruga Sevar Kodi Mahil Veera Sendur Kadaloram Muruga Singara Mahil Vahana Sendura Pottalaga Undan Sevadil Nan Saranam Sevadil Nan Saranam Undan Sevadil Nan Saranam. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Madhumita. That was a great start to our ATAL FDP. Now our welcome address is by Dr. G. Lata, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Sairam Engineering College.
Thank
Madam.
you, sir. Yes, sir. A very good morning to all present here. On behalf of Department of Computer Science Engineering, Sri Sairam Engineering College, I welcome you all for this 5 days ATAL FDP on Internet of Things. I thank all the participants for joining with us, and we have reached more than 200 plus registration, out of which we have shortlisted 200, given approval for 200, and we have arranged guests from different academia and also from industries. And this is one of the thrust area. I hope this 5 days learning will be very much useful for all the participants. I welcome our guest of honor and Mr. Manjaiah and Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad, our principal, for this inauguration function. I welcome all the faculty members and the participant for this FDP. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Next, special address by our esteemed principal, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad. Over to you, sir. Please, sir.
Good morning to everybody. The voice is clear?
Yes, sir. Voice is clear, sir.
So I am very happy to this morning for participating this 5 days faculty development program on Internet of Things, sponsored by AICTE Training and Learning Academy, ATAL, and the Department of Computer Science and Engineering of Sri Sairam Engineering College. So on behalf of Sairam Engineering College, I welcome our guest, the honorable guest, Dr. G.H. Manjaiah, Professor, Chairman of Board of Studies, Department of PG Studies and Research in Computer Science, Mangalore University, and my dear colleague, Dr. Lata, Head of the Department, Computer Science Engineering, and Dr. Meena Kabilan, the coordinator of the ATAL FDP, which starts from today, and the team of members, the faculty from our institution, and the faculty from the different engineering colleges throughout the country. So our institution, Sairam Engineering College, is a 25 years old institution. It started in 1995. So it is an accredited by NAC A+ grade, and all the departments are National Board of Accreditation. We are having accreditation for this. And in NIRF ranking, we are at the 108th rank in 2020. Our institution is to be autonomous institution from 2020, that is the silver jubilee year onwards. In this happiest occasion, I think for our institution, 3 ATAL FDPs are to be sanctioned to conduct the faculty development programs for all the engineering colleges faculty members, especially in thrust areas throughout the country. One for our mechanical engineering department, one for our electronics and communication engineering department, then another for our computer science engineering department. So we'll thank the AICT. So they are believing us and to provide 3 ATAL FDPs to conduct this especially in emerging areas for the development of the students and development of the faculty members. I think this Internet of Things, I can say that is an interdisciplinary subject. Every faculty, every student who was there in the engineering field, it is necessary to learn about this Internet of Things, IoT, because if it is to be used in the agricultural field, manufacturing field, automation field, robotics, or any field, this is to be a most necessary for present scenario. For example, if you see for this last 1 decade, the people are concentrating much on this IoT. I think these are one of the thrust area which all the faculties we had to learn, and it has to be transferred to the students. Why these faculty development programs are to be conducted in a regular manner, sponsored by AICT. So I am very proud to say that the lakhs of students, the thousands of faculty members are to be trained, especially during this pandemic situation, by sponsoring by AICT, especially through online. I think many experts, which is difficult to bring it to here. For those people also, we can easily contact them, and we are doing in a grand manner. I think once again, on behalf of the Sai Ram Engineering College, my personal behalf, and on management, our CEO Sai Prakash Leo Muthu, our founder chairman MJF Leo Muthu. So I am wholeheartedly welcome our chief guest, and I also welcome all the participants, all the faculties throughout the country. Today they are participating around, already joined 100 faculty members. There will be, we are expecting another 100 faculty members there join within short period of time. I think special thanks to Department of Computer Science, especially to the Dr. Lata and his team to organize next 5 days this faculty development program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was an inspiring speech, sir. Next inaugural address is by Dr. D.H. Manjaiah, Professor and Chairman BoS. Before the inaugural address, let me introduce the chief guest to you all. Dr. Manjaiah D.H. is a Professor and Chairman in the Department of Computer Science, presently the Chairman of Board of Studies in Computer Science, Faculty Science and Technology at Mangalore University. He has done his PhD in the area of Advanced Network Computing Paradigm and completed his MTech from National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal. Being involved in teaching and research for more than 25 years, he has produced very valuable 15 PhD scholars who are all currently working in reputed organizations and educational institutions in India and overseas. Presently, 8+2 overseas scholars are undertaking research under his supervision. He has technologically progressive the novel awareness of routing algorithms for mobile ad hoc networks, vertical handoff mechanisms for 4G networks, and enhancement of digital forensic laboratory in India. He also has immense knowledge of handling large-scale research projects sponsored by various funding agencies like UGC, DST, SCRB SERB, and DST VGST. He has delivered around 195 invited and keynote talks in several international conferences, symposia, workshops, and training sessions in India and abroad. He has authored and published around 136 in reputed international and national journals and conferences on various topics in mobile ad hoc networks, IPv4 and IPv6, mobility, machine learning and deep learning, virtualization using cloud computing, and cybersecurity and digital forensics. We welcome you on behalf of the management of Sri Sai Ram Engineering College and the ATAL team. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor. Thanks a lot. First of all, very good morning to all. Vanakkam, Namaskaram, respected principal of the esteemed Sai Ram Engineering College, Management Authority, Chairman and the Secretary and all the authorized personalities, respected professors, head of the departments, and the icon of this program, making use profusely as per the norms of the AICTE ATAL training and learning, one of the scheme ventured since 2-3 years, in which are going to be highly motivating, inspiring to the society of this coordinator, Professor Meena, Professor Lata, and the team of those who are involving to gather, enrich, venture this knowledge to the society. And the respected my dear creamy research scholar and dear students. Today, because God given an opportunity to us to learn and give something to the society. Way back, the golden days people, they used to live more than 100 years. Now we are living only on the grace period, because in which way the technological aspects, technological growth, technological events, the constraints which are in and around, and how which are going to be provide an excellent knowledge and which are going to be very useful, and is it possible to give something to the society? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to inaugurate, and I would like to be followed by my talk on in which way the arena, present arena, which are going to be very essentially required. Those who are youngsters, those who are innovators, they used to take a challenging various type of a constraint in and around. We have to be remember always a computing paradigm. A computer is a commonly usable, commonly available to anybody. There is no restriction only to Bill Gates and the great Narayana Murthy Infosys, but anybody can just correct thoroughly. A commonly available, the optimal one, materialistic one, performance one, a universal one, a resourceful one, a time sense one, and whatnot, the efficiency of the information flow we are going to be used. Today, a person does not well versed with the knowledge of a computing paradigm used to be treated as illiterate. But golden days are over. Now you have to be think about how the changes which are going to be if you are making use a www.yahoo.com, www.amazon.com, the campus, how the Snapdeal, how the Flipkart flow of an information flowing which are going to be elaborate one-to-one, but until unless a God internet is available, nothing is going to be worked out. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet consists of a comprises two important words, which having interconnection of network of Sai Ram College of Engineering, one of the group. Similarly, Anna University, Gindi. Similarly, MIS, wherever it may be, a location wise, remotely, locally, how which are going to be connect between one of the internet connect with another network. We can say easily the simple definition, collectivity of connection of autonomous computers for sharing resources directly, indirectly, is a simple definition of what it means to say is computer network. But today, which are going to be a different manner. I'll give a simple sentence which are very, very applicable what we are going to be study and understand, and much more thing our day-to-day activities which are very, very essential liquid for our future days. All present system transmit network data physically. All present system transmit network data physically. Slash another question, another sentence I will formulate in front of you. All people share to need data processing. All people share to need data processing. See, these are all very meaningful. What I mean to say is there should be a backbone. You have to be understand reality. Today, we are swimming, visualizing, going to be create a miracle environment on the ecosystem of the internet. But how which are going to be atoms, molecules which are going to be gain a knowledge from one location to another location because of the OSI-ISO architecture, Open System Interconnection, International Standard Organization. That's why I specify a simple sentence, all present system transmit network data physically. Just extract each and every character, each and every word, a first character, then you can easily say how the OSI model layers, application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical. That's why only I mentioned all people say to need data processing if you come upward direction. Similarly, if you go once again, all present system transmit network data physically. See what it means to say is, we are very happy, glad to say in which way the flow of an information with the help of a laptop, with the help of a desktop, with the help of a palm top, with the help of a supercomputer, our own partner cellular phone. But who is the responsible to make such a way that I used to send a mail from here, how it's going to be reached to my sister there in California, how is my brother is there in Ceylon, correct? No, it's a wonderful. But who are all the responsibility to take the all this sort of information flow? But used to say always happy once you make use www.yahoo.com from the Chrome, similarly from the Edge, from the Internet Explorer, from the navigator. If it's no response from the Yahoo, then you think about where exactly the failure, what sort of a troubleshooting you have to be make sure. But realize ourselves, there should be set of rules and the procedures are available. But these strategies which are always behind it, none other than a God internet. That's why only I used to say God is always our internet, none other than. See why I mean to say is every day morning, day in, day out, you have to be extract the flow, make use of the flow of an information which are available. And even though in our lifelong journey, we are not in a position to understand, digest, and further we can create whatnot, we can going to be make use a zeros and ones combination, because the flow of an exchange which are in the combination of zeros and ones, binary or the ASCII, whatever it may be, even though you are seeing in the form of image, you are hearing in the form of acoustic audio, you are seeing in the form of an image which are in the form of in which way the structure oriented with respect to the compatibility of the software set of instruction packages are available with all the things, and which very clearly gives in which way the flow of it. See what we can call these are the things are nothing but objects generally. See, initially a computer initiated the flow of an exchange in which way it are going to be. Then later we are seeing from the ARPANET, Advanced Research Project Agency Network, the initiated main purpose of that one, what it mean to say is defense, because of in which way the flow of an exchange which are going to be passed from one platoon to another platoon, one group to another group. In the sense, for that we got it in the year 1960s. Later, DARPANET, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Today, everybody, not only human beings, not only in which way the level of the flow of an exchange which goes from one user to another user, one administrator to another administrator, from the source and the target, we can get the flow of an information transfer from one location to another location through animals, through the devices like what we can call it as static devices, which are not in a position to just digest what is zeros and ones. Take a vehicle, just how which are going to be traceable with a GPS level. Just you can switch off without driverless car. But these are various other examples in front of us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you consider these are the flow of an exchange, internet of objects, generally objects which are there visualized 360-degree angle in and around me. We are in a position, we are making use like Airtel, Vodafone, BSNL, MTNL, what sort of a network which are available. But once we connect to the services of a standard level of the BSNL, very close to my ear, correct? No, that is only can, but in and around other sort of a bands which are going to be fluctuators. That means to say we can understand various levels of the bands which are in and around. We can say narrow band, broadband, and also the meter, correct? How which are going to be baseband level of a signal. But we can classify all the things in the form of like very low frequency, medium frequency, high frequency, very high frequency, extremely high frequency, super high frequency. But we can make use a different type of a devices. Mind it, if you are using like a earphone, certain extent of a distance. If you are using a speaker, certain extent of a distance. If you are using an antenna, certain extent, transponder, satellite, correct? No, which varies with respect to distance in which way. But every line of a connectivity, every sort of a devices have their own objective communication. But internet, we can say in which way the explosion, the level of the evolution which went on through because of the various type of services. We can put one form is like online service, another form like offline services. We can categorically can distinguish one to another, but a set of rules and the procedure which are going to be take the responsibility of how any sort of services which are going to be formulated from one end to other end. But here, the latest technological, the buzzwords what we are seeing, IoT, Internet of Things, Internet of Everything, and you can say which are going to be the sensor. Today, if I myself, ourselves walking on the road, correct? No, need not to wait for a doctor. The device automatically say what is the rate of your walking speed and what is the BP, what is the sugar, correct? How is possible? Because the level of the tiny device with the less power ratio ultimately going to provide an extensive knowledge resources. See, we can say any sort of a resources which are available, how best way we are going to be utilized. We are in a position, even though what the ATAL program which are going to be venture, probably you can mind it very clearly, the number of resources are wasted. Number of resources are not going to be useful for the purpose. But is it possible to create a level of a devices which are going to be authenticate and identify and which are going to be extract? You can say today there is no storage devices at all. We are not seeing any sort of like a storage devices, Pentium, i3, i7 type of a devices. But today we enrich the knowledge with the clouding environment, private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, whatnot. We are going to be make use the level of the flow. Ladies and gentlemen, see, once you say Internet of Things, things bracket we can say an objects, person to person, person to machine, machine to machine, machine to person, in which way the level of the flow of an exchange which goes from one source to another target, a multiple number of sources to number of targets. Is it possible to find out? You would like to go through what are all the importance of why you need all those things, what is the milestone of this IoT today, and why the category of the classification, what are the benefits which are going to be gained. Probably this type of a programs, first of all, I applaud in which way the ACT and the various type of schemes. You remember more than 1 lakhs of the category of the learners who are all going to be make use during the pandemic situation, especially this year, more than 1 lakh the of the user utilize this ACT-ATAL program, but which are going in a different, not only the academician, not only the professionals, not only the the research scholars, and more than like industry, because what we are making use presently, which are going to be highly practical. Today, a number of challenging problems in front of us in the society. We have a problem of water, basic essentially factors required to our life, day-to-day life. Water problem, in which way the security which are going to be manageable, is it possible or not? Is it from the manpower? How can you can make use the cyber security threats, vulnerabilities, and is it possible to maintain an attacks, hackers which are going to be fall on various type of web server, mail server, because the main solutions of these things, you can say with the help of a standard level of the Internet of Things, a technological aspect, with the help of various type of subcomputing paradigm, you say today artificial intelligence and level of the buzzwords of the machine learning, deep learning, you can make use and you can gain a lot more problems which are in front of us in and around us. For our country, for ourselves, is it possible to provide a little bit? We are not in a position to create a miracle. Is it possible to provide an excellent knowledge, being a professional? Ultimately, these are all the pillars today in which way the ATAL, AICT ATAL training program in the form of like a faculty development program and the HTTP program, and similarly conferences, whatever which are going to be sponsored. But my request with all of you, please kindly make use such a way that which are going to be helpful one and the other way, because all these are highly emerging area in which way the professor principal mentioned very clearly, interdisciplinary. Today, not only the computer science or the information technology or information science professionals are master, even gauge easily a civil engineering, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering. Those who are very strong, they can able to manage the level of the services too. How best way we can easily understand one to another, which are going to be formulate our life in a different fashionable manner. We can make use one and all, and ultimately you are in a strong position because of the God internet, and enhancing, endorsing further Internet of Things, which are going to be give a different directions of our life. Changes such a way that we need not to be worry about. Today, there is, even though transistor, resistor, and in which way the capacitor, impedance, correct now, the tiny device, what we are come across, which are going to be manageable by our flow of an exchange from here to the various longer distance, which are going to be controlled the building automation, which are going to be managed with the weather condition. Today, you are correct. No, you are facing that. Is it possible to predict? Is it possible to descriptive? Is it possible to prescriptive level of the analysis with the help of the technological aspect which are available? Because of all are only the data, which are going to be enhanced once again, big data. Big data analytics today, the environment of the platform which are available, the multi-programming, multi-user, multitasking, multi-processing environment. We need not to spend a lot of money. If you go for the wider scope, then you have to make use such a way that how the level of the flow of an information. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to say in which way which are going to be manageable, which are going to be useful. I'm happy to inaugurate, and I say once again, a best wishes and also the congratulations to the organizer in which way that making use of facility, the scheme of the ACT ATAL program, which are going to be 5 days, and you can provoke because in a glimpse of the flow of an information which are coming from the resource person, industrialists, and the experts who are all well versed with the knowledge of the practical approaches, we can gain a lot more. We can, is it possible to adapt with the help of in which way the resources available on my PC, desktop, environment which are in and around? Okay, we can make use in a systematic manner, one and the other way, which are going to be useful for my professional also, professional future career also, and the society also, finally country also, we can easily dominate. Once again, I'm very happy and thankful for providing me an inaugural address of this ATAL, ACT ATAL FDP program, which are going to be venture from today to 5 days a week program to Sai Ram Engineering College, respected members, and especially I'm very thankful to the organization, very thankful to the esteemed institute authority, chairman, secretary, then the esteemed principal, and all the icon who are all taking the coordinatorship. And once again, best wishes. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. That was an inspiring inaugural address, sir.
Exactly.
We look forward to you after the vote of thanks.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
It's
sir.
my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Next, vote of thanks by Dr. A. Meena Kabilan, Professor CSC Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, and also the ATAL FDP coordinator. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, all. With the blessings of Shirdi Sai Baba, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I'm very much thankful to AICT ATAL Expert Committee for giving this opportunity to conduct this FTP in a virtual mode. Without their generous financial support, it would not have been possible to organize this program. My sincere thanks to our CEO, Sri Sai Prakash Liyomuthu, for taking the initiative for hosting this program in most modern digital environments, even though in a pandemic situation and never cyclone at Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I am thankful to our principal, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad, for his inspiring mentorship. I sincerely thank our head of the department, Dr. B. Lata, for her continuous support and advice, which have greatly helped towards the successful organization of this 5 days program. I thank our chief guest and resource person, Dr. D.H. Manjaiah, Professor, Chairman of BoS Studies, Department of PG Studies and Research in Computer Science, Mangalore University. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. I thank all the resource persons for sharing their valuable talk to these participants. I am also thankful to the Sai Ram administration for providing us with all possible administrative assistance. I thank the members of the organizing committee for their tireless support throughout the program. Before ending, it's my duty to present about the 5 days program. I am very much happy to share 300 participants applied for this FTP. As per ATAL core committee instruction, 200 maximum participants were approved based on first come, first serve, and who has applied less FDPs. Based on their concern, the approval had extended to 22 more participants and received consent from them. I am much delightful to share for reaching 200 maximum participants as now throughout India. Participants are requested to attend all the 5 days program. Each day consists of 3 sessions, 2 forenoon sessions and 1 afternoon session. We would post attendance link in each session. Kindly fill it up immediately so as to consolidate the attendance easily. This would be followed for all 5 days. A test would be conducted at the end of the program on 4/12 Friday in valedictory section. ATAL certificate shall be issued to those participants who have 80% attendance and scored minimum 60% marks in the test. Henry Ford said, anyone who starts learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who learning stays young. So now we are all in the young position. So happy learning for all 5 days. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, madam. It was an inspiring vote of thanks by the ATAL FDP coordinator. A few instructions to the participants. See, there are 3 sessions, 2 forenoon sessions and 1 afternoon session. For each and every session, you will be posted attendance and feedback link in the Google Classroom. You can fill it up then and there so as to consolidate the attendance. As said by madam, 80% of the attendance is mandatory, and you have to take up a test on 4/12/2020, which is on Friday. And in that, you have to score 60% marks to earn a certificate. And those participants who has some queries can put forward in the chat box once the resource person completes this part. That is what is the need of the hour. And you can unmute also at the end of the session if you have any doubts. Thank you. Manjaiah, sir?
We'll proceed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
I'll share my slide directly from my laptop.
Okay, sir.
Just see that one. Is it possible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll see, sir.
Is it visualized, Professor?
No, sir. No. It will come.
Is it visualized?
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
Now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it's okay, sir?
It's visible. Yes, sir. It's visible. Your voice is visible and the PPT is also visible.
PPT is also visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll start, Professor?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Up to, what is the time period for my session?
11, sir.
Okay, fine. Fantastic. First of all, I would like to welcome on behalf of the Sai Ram Engineering College, Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, Chennai. And I'm very thankful to because being myself is an expert of the ACTE, we know what are all the level of the program which are very, very essential, required for both the faculty as well as the youngster, inspirer, and the motivator, and who are all going to take the long journey of our country, none other than our great creamy scholars and the students. See, I request beginning, kindly better you switch off your microphone as well as a camera. If any sort of your queries, I'll be there available by the end of the session. Even myself also, I'll go with a switch off with my video and I'll go with only the audio, because what will happen, some sort of the interfacing, inferencing, which are going to give a problem, because the online especially, we are making use a multiple different type of a network, one and the other way we are facing problem. I'll go with only the audio mode and I'll get back to you very clear information. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again. We'll go for the session which are very, very essentially required for how best way the enhancing the characteristic features which are so important to our life. I have taken impact level of importance of emerging trends of IoT. I told you very clearly, God, internet comprises of two important words. Consists of, one is an internet or interconnection of network to network, internet, network of network. You can say with a locally, we can say remotely. We have come across various types of a classification paradigm with respect to, once you go with like how we can classify with respect to architecture, with respect to the services, with respect to the administration, with respect to the usage, correct? No? And also the topology. I need not worry. But how best way we can understand the things which are very, very essentially available, enhancing the knowledge scope. Today, the buzzword IoT taking our life in a different fashionable shape. Correct? No, we say that one is a highly fantastic shape which are going to be available to us because of in which way the set of instructions packages in and around which are much more compatible to the Microsoft Bill Gates product. We can say Android application, what we are making use, what we are making use like a multi-programming, SCO Unix, AX Unix, especially Linux, POSIX, Multics, whatnot. But I'm going to be covered the real fact which related a global scenario in which are going to be taken in a different fashionable manner, beginning with the introductory overview. What are the benefits of the IoT? What are the application and the use of IoT? What are all the challenging aspects which are there? And what are all the technological? Is it need at this stage? Because God internet is available, what is the things which are going to be gained from this IoT and technologies and the trends which are there, future of IoT and what the data is required at this stage. Because if which are going to be any sort of an object available, you say one way the things which are through that one. See, some of the scenario we can consider today. Suppose we have a key of our home. Similarly, key of our in which way the bank locker, key of whatnot our vehicle. In order to search, similarly can find out in which way the level of managing the flow of our grade, correct? No, people of kids or children who are all there. In order to search, correct? No, you can find out various type of an object, which are the solution, the problematic to us. Is it you have to keep all the things in a physical mode? Is it you have to keep all the things in a logical mode, a combined together virtual mode? And is it which are going to be highly supportive or not? These are the solution going to be give IoT. See, what mean to say is IoT, which are some sort of a level of a complex nature or a simple nature computing to understand various type of a tiny devices in the form of a mechanical, in the form of digital, in the form of various type of a physical objects. And mind it very clearly, not only the devices, we can easily formulate any sort of an animals which are available, unique identification. That's why you can say UID, user identification. What it means to say is, which are going to be exchange thoughts from one end to another end, transfer of a data over a one and the other way. We say that one, which are available. If how we are going to be reached from the location of, correct, no, our home to airport, from our home to the railway station, correct, no, these are all identified. That the devices automatically carry the flow, ability to transfer data over a network without require a manpower, human to human, similarly human to computer, the interaction, and that is clearly what is called IoT. General sense, we can say a various type of objectives which are connecting together. We made it very clearly. Internet is once again available in a global scenario, a generic model approach. But you consider that one is act like a thing, that one is act like an object. What we are going to be extract the flow. That means to say, if you are going to be managed without a doctor, my complete health related steps. Similarly, how the farming of an animal. Similarly, how a biochip of a transponder. In which way the flow of an exchange, a company like in which way the telco, Tisco company, Maruti company, in which way which are going to be modeling, designing aspect, aircraft, aeroplane, which are always having a tiny devices other than what we are observing like input output peripheral, but there should be a very a built-in predicates, devices, we can call it as sensors to alert and manage in which way without any sophisticated, with a simple level of the low power energy utilization. But not only that one, there should be some sort of an authentication. We can say that's why only CIA. See, once the device which are there, there should be some sort of a connectivity, some sort of analyze, some sort of integration which are going to be flow. That's why a man-made object that can be assigned an IP address. Why an IP address? IP address is basically authentication, the authorization, addressing in the form of a logical, in the form of physical identity, how the machine can understand the logical identity of the IP scope, and there which are going to be transfer data from one network to another network. Today, we can observe internet things which are, we can't just in which way the evolution of the, in the form of exponential level, billions of smart devices which are connecting from a number of people and which are connecting directly to the systems, in which way which are going to be managed for the application to connect shared data. These are all the levels of how we can understand what it means IoT. The concept which are very clear, we can make use one to another includes our partner cellular phone, and you can make such a way that how the operation of the washing machine, how the coffee day, which are going to be performed, the level of various type of the energetic events. Similarly, headphones, lamps, and in which way the devices which are connecting and how which are going to be components of various type of machines. Example, we can take a jetway airways, similarly SpiceJet engine, correct? No, which are going to be managed. Is it a field level? In which way the speedometer? In which way the accelerator? In which way it are going to be manageable? The condition of the controlling once which moves above the earth's surface, correct? No, various level of an objects which are within the sensor devices. But we can say all these things are an objects. Also includes a user, nothing but a human to human or the people. There should be some sort of a relationship between how the flow of an exchange from user to user, user to objects, objects to objects, then machine to machine, all comes to the category of IoT, which dominate very clearly with the help of various types of a tiny IC levels of the devices, wide scope, a global environment, especially you can take today LCD screen, how which are going to be manageable like a smart TV, correct? No, which are going to be display the flow of an infant where you are standing, find out if some sort of a congestion, some sort of a level of the flow of which are very, very essential between, correct? No, and which wide scope usage of this type of a devices provide an extensive knowledge. That's why not only with respect to the communication in all levels of the appliances today available, but what which are going to be do anything. If you say IoT, we can classify one is a physical. I can see, we can easily understand what sort of a structure, physical in the nature, there should be a mechanical property, there should be an electrical property, there should be a procedural, correct? No? How the functionality which are going to be take place virtually. Because myself, I'm talking, I don't know what sort of a device which are going to be make use for listening my talk, correct? No, there should be a smart device of Samsung, smart device of a Motorola, smart device of Ericsson, correct? How we can make use one to another and which are available to us, how we are going to be gain a knowledge of thorough. And none other than you can refer unique identification. There should be a chip embedding any computing devices existing, correct? No, today, in which way the scope of an God internet providing both online offline services like that way, and you can refer a simple definition from the Wikipedia. What it means to say is any sort of an objects which are available, or you can say things, especially with wire, without wire. You can say wired connectivity or the wireless connectivity, which are going to be connect with a self-configuring devices, and especially in which way the household appliances which are going to be managed. And that is a simple definition of what is called IoT. Generally, there should be a communication between machine to machine, people to people, machine to people, which are providing an extensive knowledge within the short time period. The complexity in nature and utilization of the resources are available. That's why a simple words we can say IoT, a network of internet connected objects. If it's an internet which going to be provided resources, then it's an object. Similarly, able to connect another type of embedding resource sensors which are going to be control automated environment, building automation, weather conditions which are going to be flow. Similarly, how the satellite which are going to be launched, maintaining various type of environmental condition, temperature, humidity, sensor, correct? No, these are all. Some of the related, like a physically, you say objects such as climate control. Today, if you see North India in which way, the South India in which way, correct? No, varies. A season of winter, season of the summer, correct? No, is it possible? Climate control, is it with the help of a smart devices, security and disaster alarm system? We are working today in which way various levels of the robberies which are going to be take place. A person, especially like a jewelry shops, today how which are going to be. There should be some sort of a disaster alarm which are going to be managed, controlling where they are using a business, directly hit. Similarly, VVIPs, in which way they used to be managed with a level of systematic flow with the help of a devices, energy, especially like you can make sure that grid level of in which way are going to be electricity, wind energy, solar energy, and in which way water which are going to be manageable, correct? No, which are going to be useful. Similarly, boiler, solar boiler, and today we can find out in which way the flow of an exchange of the car design aspect which varies from one to another. How the consumption, the speedometer, correct? No, these are all some of the standard objects which are, and especially the sun which are going to be amazing, sunrise, sunset times, which are some sort of an object which are going to be make you there itself also. Similarly, the personal virtual level, scheduler, calendar used to be maintained such a way that you have to go with like a different type of a calendar events, and you have to be say there should be some sort of a signal, emailing, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, correct? No, what are all you are making use today in virtually? And if you say some sort of a standard level of a living things, in which way ourselves day-to-day activity, self-quantifying, configuration of the level. Today, how we can, if it's a class, then automatically, correct, now you have to adjust to the environment. If it's an holiday, then how which are going to be the mental, correct, now we prepare ourselves like that way. Device, if automatically set, present, provide an excellent knowledge to us. Presence, locations, health condition, health monitoring. Similarly, how we can, correct, now you need not to go to the doctor at all. You can easily manage with all sort of, correct, now the configuring, the level of the flow of an BP, blood pressure, sugar. Similarly, how the weight management, daily activities, correct, now with the help of a device. Similarly, World Wide Web resources. Today, we are not in a predictive manner in which way various type of flooding which are going to be affected due to the in which the pressure which are going to be happen in the catastrophic events. Especially we can find out correctly, even though with a computational device we are making predictive, prescriptive the level of weather forecasting, especially in case of stock marketing today, traffic, transportation, in which way which are going to be storage, cloud environment, visualization dashboard. These are various type of an objects. And what it means to say is, we can say one and the other way, what are all the understanding a few things still further with a broadband internet is become more widely available. Today, we can make a local area network, metropolitan area network, see understand in which way the distance approaches, deployment, which are going to be make use, services which are going to be increased, scalability of the nodes which are going to be provide an extensive knowledge. Similarly, cost of connecting is keep on decreasing. More devices are being created with Wi-Fi, correct? IEEE now 2.15 standards, 16 standards, which are highly capable to handle. Today, what we gather the flow of an information from IEEE 802.237 like Ethernet, token ring, token bus. But the later changes were happened like IEEE 802.11, 12, Bluetooth technology, similarly 15 and 16 because of Wi-Fi capabilities, which are going to be embedding with a tiny sensor devices. And similarly, the technological costs are going down. Smartphone penetration is correct. Now today, what we are going to be penetrate, get through. All of these things are creating a eco system for us, perfections of in which way the God internet acts like an objective, provide a creating an environment and knowledge or the insight to the society. This is a basic level of a concept with any devices which are in a laptop, which are in a desktop, which are in a camera, in a supercomputer, in a satellite, in which way a pilot managing, correct? No, there should be a device. Otherwise, how can he can understand at what time they have to start, take off, runway, mechanism which are going to be take manageable, a conjunction, correct? No, these are all various type of approaches a device which are going to be manageable, especially cell phones, coffee makers, and in which way our home appliance like a washing machines, headphones, lamp, these are a different type of an objects. And the ecosystem basically web enabled. URL spec of that one smart devices which are embedding with a different type of actuators, different type of sensor devices, different type of a communication hardware compatibility connecting one. There should not be not like a homogeneous. You can find out easily heterogeneous levels of the devices which are going to be gathered from one end to other end, the flow of an exchange from one end to other end. Finally, you can get the utilization of the resources. That's why IoT, especially devices which are going to be share the sensor data, they collect by connecting. That's why I told very clearly the simple collectivity of. Collectivity is a grouping together, and we can connect together with wire, without wire, with wireless IoT gateway. There should be some smart devices which are going to be gathered and say, may the edge devices, how which are going to be managed, processing, analyzing, and make sure which are going to be useful for the specific application. And especially today, any educational institutions, any organization need not to correct. Instead of managing with a manpower, there should be some standard level of a device which automatically give the alarming, which are going to be given clear messages. You have to be what sort of correct? No, the security we have to be able to manage within the premise of the campus. These are all because of a standard level of the tiny devices take the responsibility, enhancing a different type of a services, improving decision making, increase the, that means to say not only the increasing a number of devices, there should be value based and which are going to be very essentially required. Take an example like people connecting with things. How we are in a position to early morning, correct? No, find out the ECG sensor and walkable, in which way there should be some sort of a tiny devices which are going to be cope up and directly connect to the correct. No, where which one is our favorite level of the email services, correct? No, you mention which directly focus and connecting. And not only that one, automation of building control, and you can make sure that in which way number of devices, correct? Now we are seeing various levels of the audio signal capturing an image, how which are going to be managed with different type of acoustic levels of the signal because of the powerful level of the IoT technology. Take some sort of still further enhancing, in which way the flow of control which are going to be take place in a car, which are going to be just predict, just feed it very clearly with a GPS standard, global positioning system. We can make use in which way which are going to be handle the heterogeneous resources of a network. We say that one, we can go with like audio, we can go with like a video, and together with we are going to be reach with a respective destination because which are going to be manageable not from our end, not from our heart, not from our mind, but the device will take the responsibility. Even though if fail to reach target, we are maintaining with a standard level of a route which are going to be go in a shortcut route and finally reach within a short time of a period. Are those type of a technological aspects which are the key roles in case of IoT. And of course, the standard level of the approaches of an IoT in the three-dimensional approaches. I say one is at any time, 24/7, statically, dynamically, from indoor, outdoor, how long, there is no restriction at all. That is an y-axis. Similarly, if you see any place, not only in our home, from the office, from the other than office and the home, outskirt where you are going to be moved. And these are all any place of a connectivity. Similarly, that is an x-axis. Similarly, if you say the things which are going to be combined together between one PC to another PC, number of PCs to the PC, how which are going to be gather the flow from one user to another user, not with a PC, which are going to be replaced by the idea of the mental power of a device, then we can say things are objects using the generic equipment with the help of standard level of devices. And these are all the three-dimensional way in which we can understand the concept of IoT. One is at any time, at any place, and anything which are going to be connected together provide a services to us. How does this impact on us? That is very, very important, because if you say buzzword, similarly emerging level of the IoT, how which are going to be useful? Say something better than nothing, correct? No, the connected, is it which are going to be anything? Many type of a devices taking each other, which are going to be look like a potential value might be, especially with the level of meeting which are going to be take place. Automatically there should be, correct? No, need not to go to the office. Virtually can enhance the flow of an exchange. You set a time and you can see that one how the changes. So we learn many things during this period of a pandemic, correct? No, how we never thought any sort of a flow of an exchange which are going to be take place through online, but you are observing better than level of the information flow which are going to be take place other than, but one and the other way some sort of a constraint. Here also, if you are going to be make you like Internet of Things, there should be some sort of a limitation and the constraints which are available, but you can set the real-time applications and the logical level of the virtual level of the flow of an information one to another. But what not we are going to be observed today, like connectivity. For over a decade, way back, correct, in which way the flow of an exchange which are evolutionized, a term Internet of Things, from the one organization to another organization, which are going to be provided with a different definition. If you say IoT for understanding a technological aspect, machine to machine, system to system, similarly PC to PC, one sort of a definition. Similarly, a company like a Cisco, they used to give like Internet of everything. That means to say a God internet which are going to be provide an extensive knowledge flow for none other than what you are going to be choose, what you are going to be expect. That's why Internet of everything. Word size of web, Bruce Sneezer specify very clearly like a world size of web, which is there is no limitation which are going to be enhanced further. We don't know when which are going to be saturated. Skynet, Terminator movie, correct? No, especially the movie which given a set of level of the Skynet. And today, many trays which are going to be stored on the device, there should be a tiny device which are going to bear the exchange of the flow, the cloud of things. We can take PC to PC because PC is going to be stored, PC is going to be compute, PC is going to be managed, PC which are going to be processed. Similarly, once you say the wide scope of this cloud is also like a looks like a things. And finally, global environment web of things. These are all at different levels of how we can name it. IoT as machine to machine and Cisco and other thing. Independently, if we point of IoT and IoT technology, which are in a trivial level, expecting, if you observe like various type of devices which are going to be predominantly provided. One of the sensor, a device that convert a physical parameter to an electrical, because we observe there should be a number of physical components are available, there should be number of logical components are there in which are going to be. How the mechanical level of information flow, sensors especially, light rays, temperature, humidity, acoustic, distance which are going to be manageable, movements, position, orientation, acceleration. These are the different type of physical parameter which are going to be give some sort of output in the form of electrical output. In order to understand, mean to say is all sensors which are acts like an input devices. Similarly, how the output actuator, a device that convert an electrical signal to a physical output in order to understand the target level. A display things make a sound which are going to be what sort of a frequency ranges which are going to be vibrate, in which way the lips of a vibration which are going to be take place. What is the level of a rotation is a 360 degree, twice 720 out, which are going to be manageable, translate which are going to be functionality. These are all comes under actuator, this output devices. But in order to manage both, correct? No? Then there should be communication infrastructure between both servers as well as server platforms. The complete level of understanding in which way the IoT consists of one is a physical component, another physical component which are going to be gain a power of output like electric output, which are like actuators, and finally there should be a standard set of instruction packages which are available for understanding one to another in which way the flow of an exchange between one to. You think one to another how the revolution of internet started like a 1960s later and ultimately taken a gain later like a 2000 later 2020 what we are observing because which are going to be replaced with the different type of emerging technologies. See, beginning with penetration pre-internet which was initiated like user to user. What is the purpose of that one? Just there should be a static devices, fixed and mobile telephony. The mobility, a computing level, very less. And later, which are going to be take further steps in WWO, World Wide Web Consortium. We can call it as Internet of Content, which are going to be used to be very formulative information SMS, which went on through replaced with pages which are replaced by electronic mail, the information flow, then entertainment, in which way the greetings, there is no greeting, correct? No, from the post office. Then we started sending greeting through electronic mail. Those are the different directions later from the pre-internet. And the Internet of Services, what we are using like a WWHTML programming concept productivity, which comes like DHTML, similarly XML, what we are using like a WML, various. You can say e-productivity, electronic commerce, in which way the product which are going to be gained and all in. And with those things, today, a user who are going to be managed with an independent dependency of the various type of a standard social network. Skype is there, Facebook is there, YouTube is there, Twitter is there, LinkedIn, correct? No, these are a internet of people. Today, we can observe like machine to machine, identification, tracking, monitoring, metering, automation, correct? No, because the level of the flow of a scalability keep on increasing, services also deploying like in a different fashion. But ultimately, the tiny devices which are going to be provided exchange data, which are keep on reduce. But understand very clearly the complexity of the services keep on increasing because of the popularity, because of the fascination. But you are observing in which way this architecture, the structure of that one is keep on reducing. That is called machine to machine. That is comes to a picture of IoT. The term of IoT was first coined by great icon none other than Kevin Ashton, 1999. Later, which are going to be popular from MIT, the auto identification, which went on through the various type of a mechanical powering of the flow, then later which end with some sort of a machine to machine in a large corporations which are went through, and which comprises the identification with the various type of connectivity with a different type of services of the God internet. Today, maybe computers and the smartphones. I'll tell you the penetrating power of the flow, which are by 2020, which went on through more than a trillion level of the flow. Number of users, 20 billion. Similarly, in which way the marketing value which went on through that one in terms of 1.3 trillion. That means it's a 10 power of 18 value representation of the marketing price. Similarly, how the changes which are going to be take place because of the God of internet replaced by IoT. You see that one, since 2003, the more connected devices, then you can find out more number of users, 2008. And later, you can observe 2015, the changes went on through that one. If you are estimating around 10 billion connected devices 2013, but we went on through later, like a very close to 2020, 50 billion connected devices, which once again, the flow which are increasing strategy because of a great icon, none other than Mr. Kevin Ashton. They created an environment such a way that what are all which are going to be more potential to the world, in which way which are going to be managed, the customization, which are going to be scope of the God internet, and is it possible to create like an objects? Is it possible to create like a things which are going to be manageable with replaced by a number of users? The user levels, user identification, user programming approaches, everything is possible because of IoT. If you see the clear flow of an evaluation, in which way you observe like a network beginning, then the network is replaced with a interconnection of one network to another network, in which way the distance is more in terms of like 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 level of a kilometer. So today, a device which are going to be managed with a cellular phone, mobile internet connectivity, because even though a different type of a proprietary, different type of a service provider of a mobile device which are acts like they have their own services which are going to be give the God internet, correct? No, services oriented. Then you combine together in which a user going to be manageable with their own personal digital assistant PDA, plus which are available like a desktop, palm top, laptop, supercomputer, whatnot, then which are going to be replaced with all like an objects. We can call it as Internet of Things. See how the flow, which are, even though we are in a position to understand only the zeros and ones, whatever it may be the audio, whatever may be the video, whatever it may be the textual information, in order to understand, make use a computational complexity. Now today, 2020 and later also 2020, we can identify with the help of different IoT and simple layer approaches. I told you very clearly the topological aspects which are available, in which way the design spec of that internet, in which way the flow, we can make an arrangement of a networking paradigm. But here also, you can see that one, the low level, the medium level, and the top level, correct? Now you can identify. If we are going to make use a different type of appliances, apps, advent of that one, then based on that one device, there should be a sensor which are going to be controlled. We can call it as device layers, in which way we have like a physical layer, data link layer, what we understand from the OSI-ISO model, which gives a clear picture about in which way which are going to be understand input specification from the device called a sensor, sensors in devices. There should be. You take like a fax machine, you take like a what we are using for scanning, what we are using for like Mixi, what we are using for controlling, in which way the tire of vehicle, similarly in which way which are going to be brightening a light, which are lamps we are going to be make use. Those are the input devices which are going to be controlled with the edge and the fog layer controlling, correct? Now, there should be identification, controlling authority, you can call it as controller or controlling authority control layer. But in order to manage a capability, capacity, computational, correct? No, the session management, you have to be identified with a proper level of authentication, authorization, then network layer. We have like in which way studied various type of switches, routers, bridges, routers, hybrid type of a device which are going to be managed. Finally, ultimately, what we are seeing in a cloud nature of where exactly which are going to be target. We can call it as cloud layer, network layer, edge fog layer, TCP, similarly device layer. If you see, this is a simple generic, the reference model which way you are going to be gained from the ISO reference model, like all present system transmit network data physically. I told a sentence during my inaugural address. Similarly, all present system transmit network data physically. Today, you take any system which are going to be transmit the information and the flow of an exchange in the form of physical nature only. That's why all present system transmit network data physically, but which are going to be make a comparison with TCP/IP reference model. There should be 4 layers. Similarly, we can identify once what we are going to be gained from the advent of the standard level of a reference model of the IoT. Simple IoT topology consists of logically 4 important layers. Each layer have their own responsibility. There should be a target in which way the application which are going to be executed. Building automation, no. Similarly, how the weather forecasting go, farming go, how which are going to be managed with controlling the animals. So similarly, which are first level, we can say the top layer like a cloud layer. Similarly, which are going to be authenticated with a different type of a connectivity of a device like a network layer, and which are yet together, in which way a different type of an input which are coming from the sensor, which are going to be cope for before reaching to the standard level of authenticated device. And it may be like what you call like a MAC identity, a physical identity, a user identity, which are going to be controlled. We can say the control layer, controller layer. And still further, if you see the 2 different type of model approaches. One is a cloud server approaches, another one is called a smart device approaches. See what will happen, in which way the device is ultimately carrying the flow and directly get the flow from the smart devices of a sensor, actuator. There should be some sort of a power supply of a battery, then there should be a backend of energy. This is a nature of a smart node level in which way it are going to be gained. Similarly, cloud nature, there should be standard level of their own APIs. If you make use like a cloud server architecture, a cloud server architecture is a client server architect, whatever it may be, we have their own standard level of API, because 3-tier architecture model approaches. There should be some sort of a database server, there should be a communication server, there should be a client approaches. We can say different type of APIs which are going to be flow one to another. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see the structure of that one is a sensor. Similarly, how which are going to be with the IoT controller. Today, a dominating programming language which is available, giving a very clear picture about with the support of Raspberry Pi projects, correct now? With the foundation nature of Raspberry Pi foundations, created a standard level of educational approach to the kids as well as a user, old age people, which are going to be manageable understanding, in which the computing knowledge with the help of standard Raspberry Pi project. From the Raspberry Pi Foundation, probably these are all very, very tiny devices which are a low level of a power consumption, managing how which are going to be controlling with the help of a desktop, with the help of a palm top, with the help of a laptop, we can make use. This is structure how it looks if we are making use IoT standards. There should be how where we are gathering. If you take an application of the building automation, if you take an application which related to the weather forecasting, if you take an application which related to the farming, then we have to be create what sort of input level of a data which are going to be. Then you have to be exhibit and you have to be collect the information from the sensor. Then you have to be make you the standard device which are going to be interface, understanding cloud nature. Similarly, IoT architecture. These are. By 2020, there will be a standard devices, increasing scalability connecting from internet. Say, which are connected 2005, nearly 500 billion, then later 12.5 billion. And today what we are using, observing the people on the earth more than. That means to say, we have a dearth of the address. If you are giving every object, everything, then which are going to be replaced. We are not dependable on IP version 4, IP version 6 strategy, which are going to be provide an enhanced knowledge if you are using for a specific application. Similarly, by 2020, there are present situation like connecting people 4 billion. But what is the value of the representation of the total impact? Nearly $4 trillion revenue opportunity. And you see that one which goes in the form of a data ratio, one to another, 50 trillion gigabytes of a data. The changes which were happen because how we are making use. Some of the standard applications, what is called ABCD of IoT, the application which relates, correct, no, old age people, they are not dependable on anybody, correct, no, in which way they used to manage with a device which are going to be embedded, correct, no, they're very close to the parts of the body, then easily they can entertain themselves, they enjoy the life in which way they went on through the way back, correct, no, those are with the help of e-health. Similarly, if we go with like a big data analytics, the criteria what we are observing today, because of in which way the flow of an exchange which comes from the sensor data, actuator data, cloud nature of a data, in terms of how variety of velocity of, and in which way which are going to be volumes of data, which are a scope of a big data analytics. Similarly, connectivity and communication, the flow of an information from the sensor devices, sensor nodes, and ultimately a gateway take the responsibility. And if you are going to be connected to the local area network, wide network, metropolitan area network, similarly, what not the devices that are very, very smart.
Okay.
I'll go fast because the time I think running. A smart AC, in order to manage like a AC room, need not to be dependent device which are automatically cope up and it's going to be display on the device, then you can alert ourselves. Similarly, smart lighting, correct, no? If due to the various type of a condition, whether catastrophic events, how which are going to be manageable. Today, the government of India, correct, no? Government of India, which comes with a different type of recognizing a smart cities, correct, no? Which are going to be cope up with the help of how which are going to be smart city, green energy, because is it possible to get more oxygen for our lifelong, correct, no? How smart energy which are going to be, how we can easily control with the pollution, air pollution, no, acoustic pollution, no, in which way which are going to be lot of disturbance which are going to be, is it possible the device ultimately extremely which are going to be provide an extensive knowledge in order to create smart, everything is smart. And tracking, tracing, correct, no, today, because in which way the online flow of the need not to go to the college, need not to go to the school, need not to go to the, correct, no, office, is it possible to manage through home from the
Same driving model.
how best way the tracking and the tracing of the flow of an information which are some standard applications which are related. Of course, I can say still further health management. We are doing some sort of a problem which related on the cow, in which way which are going to be managed with the milk strategies, correct? No, is it possible we can make use a device which are going to be provide an extensive knowledge which are going to be scope for. You can call it as not only Internet of Things, Internet of everything, a farming, correct? No, this is also one sort of an application today. Of course, the smart sheds, correct, no, which are going to be, we feel ourselves very smart. Is it possible to design a smart sheds? And we can see the various type of an application, Internet of Things, smart health, water quality, and how which are going to be with the help of environmental condition today, like how the Swachh Bharat, and is it possible to gain a knowledge with the help of energy applications. And similarly, IoT application, not only in one direction, you can find out in the 360-degree angle, what are all the way of the appliances in our home and the office and the various organization, in which way are going to be manageable, like automation of a building control, and similarly smart TV, which are going to be approachable. Today we can see only the single frame. Is it possible to create a multiple level of a frame which are going to be first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant frame of you can create, and you can identify such a way that in which way the desktop which are going to be flow, is it possible with the help of IoT, everything is possible. Of course, the smart world having a standard level of structure oriented, and there should be infrastructure and intellectual property which are going to be gained level of a knowledge. We can create such a way that one of our great scientists who is there in Delhi from the Chandigarh, they provide an extension knowledge, the industry approaches which are going to be helpful for creating a smart world with the help of a smart city, similarly with the help of a smart home. And we can think about how best way the infrastructure level flow of course, some of the standard level of I don't want to be just based on these times. If you think about today, how which are going to be manageable is a chances of directly which are going to be in the form of an audio, in the form of an image, in the form of a message, which are going to be ultimately understand like a we can call smart element. Similarly, Amazon dashboard, which are available today, which are some sort of a standard agriculture, in which way the flow of managing various type of plantation, light, humidity, temperature, in which way it are going to be maintained with the water. Is it possible? Livestock monitor and smart greenhouses, which are a scope of that one. Some of the standards, and you can say industry IoT. IoT, Internet of Things, other than like industry Internet of Things, especially in case of digital connected factory. You think about like in which way the flow of an exchange which are going to be take place from the telco, Maruti company, how which are going to be manageable, facilities of the managing flow, production of the flow monitoring, inventory management, like in which way the stock exchange, flow sharing market operations, which are going to be supply chain management, plant safety and the security, quality control management. Today, we can observe we can different type of correct no how the level of the speedometer, how the accelerator, how the power consumption, how the with electrical power of the vehicle which are going to become in the market. Is it possible to handle with the help of standard IoT? Some of the standard top 10 strategic IoT technologies, like we can find out, like with the help of like a today available emerging here like artificial intelligence, social, legal, and ethical IoT, and similarly informatics and the data broking of the flow of the information, which are going to be tends towards by 2023 maximum level of IoT information. Similarly, shift from intelligent edge flow and the government organization authority of the flow of an information framing one to another, sensor innovation of the information flow, wide range of the situation which are detecting, and you can identify. And finally, trusted hardware and the operating system. Today, we are not going to be dependable on only the Windows environment, and we are not dependable on the Multics and the POSIX and the Linux environment. We can find out our independent, correct, no, which are going to be operate the compatibility of the device, which are going to be understand as like Android application, as like in which way cell OS operating system, iOS, correct, no, all the things which are true. Similarly, we can find out new wireless networking technology. I mentioned very clearly like IEEE 802.11, 14, 15, 16, Wi-Fi, WiMAX level of the flow, which are once again the standard. What are all the challenges? See, once you make use the flow of an exchange with the help of the tiny device like IoT in front of us, and you have to make sure a security of a data that is more important. Reliability and the stability, how which are going to be manageable of the industry IoTs. Similarly, how the connectivity which are going to be set up, the configuration, what sort of the constraints which are there, limitations are there, is it manageable? What to be need done, then consumer education, product reviews, comparison, we can go such a way that we have to take the responsibility, the requirements, the mandate certificate, and which which are going to be manageable from one end to another end. The future of IoT is
Hello, sir.
set up. Tell me, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Sir, I want to know what is SOT, self-organizing things.
Yeah. Pardon me, sir.
Sir, self-organizing things, SOT.
Yeah. The conferring, I'll just come to you. Please, I'll close up all the information, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Just I don't want to just take much time because the time is at 11 o'clock already crossing now. Some of the information, because data we can take in the different forums. I don't want to touch up all these things, big data which related, because big data you say that one, in which way can go for depictive of a data and similarly diagnostic of the data, similarly how the predictive of a data, prescriptive of the data which are in that. If you take a complexity and the value of that one, which are going to be take from input devices of a sensor, the actuator, is it possible to formulate? These are the challenging in front of, is it possible? You can take some sample set of a data, you can easily manageable, but which are possible with the help of, you can say, data analysis challenges with the help using IoT technology. I don't want to touch all these things because the knowledge approaches data raw and unprocessed data obtained from the IoT devices, which are not in the structure, which are unstructured, which are in a different level, which are maybe binary, it may be ASCII, it may be image, it may be correct number, all sort of a data, how which are going to be inferred from the data by filtering, processing, categorizing, condensing, correct now, you can say how which are going to be manageable, and finally which are going to be approachable in a wisdom forum, inferred from the information and the structuring, how the organizing information which are put in achieve a specific objectives which are a standard level. Some of the important example we can say that one, how which are going to be alert a data rate with the help of a machine. I don't want to touch because the big data, once again, taking, if you are making use a standard level of the information flow with the help of like V's, especially happening on online, click the flow of an information, machine to machine, the Internet of Things flow. Similarly, health in scientific computing paradigm, which are high performance computing, and in which we can find out the different type of Twitter, mobile flow, social network flow of a data. These are once again raw data, voluminous data, velocity of data, variety of data. How we can make sure the IoT standards of this data, which are helpful for aggregation and statistics, indexing and searching and querying. Similarly, knowledge discovery, data driven. We have come across like in which way the association or classification or regression mechanism, which are a part of how a big data. But one important aspect you have to be observed very clearly, any sort of a device we are going to be make use for any application, there should be a protocol. But in the IoT also, we can find out like IEEE 802.15.4, Zigbee protocol, and we can find out their functionality with respect to the identification and transportation, the data protocols, device management, semantic representation, how the cross-layer approaches which are going to be provide a services from one end to another end. One among like a Zigbee protocol. This is a protocol which relate to the standards of how which are going to be carried IEEE 802.15.4. The reference of that one, which are going to be gain the bands of 2.4 gigahertz, and finally which provide as per the standards of the industrial and the automated building control household information deploying in various approaches. Zigbee protocol is once again a standard IoT. Similarly, IEEE 802.15.4, another level of wide personal area network which are going to be make use for the level of managing standard applications. RFID, this is one of the important protocol which relate correct device. Tags which automatically provide with the help of radio frequency identification and dignify the data in the form of how the signal which are going to be gained. Finally, I say, if you look at IoT holding the pillars of that one, correct now, which consists of one is a communication. Once you choose a communication from the different type of devices, different type of a network technological aspects, how the processing of a data which are going to be take place from one to another, like we can say processing of a standard level of the OS we are using, heterogeneous, similarly identification approaches, so localization, storage level of the approaches, so but which are going to be once again standing above the security, which are going to be gain information from the different type of input devices like a sensor. So input-output standard I/O devices, so peripheral devices. So in which way the architecture of a switches, so gateways, so routers, so which are going to be gather the flow from the, these are the standard IoT pillars. Of course, the features of IoT we can identify for any sort of a task which are going to be executable. Communications are the applications which are very, very essentially required in all degree, correct? No, in order to understand, you have to be dependable on cloud nature, you have to be dependable on in which way it are going to be memory, correct? No, then you have to be thoroughly prepared once for all. And finally, some of the technological approaches, say one is scalability and technological standard specification, interoperability. Interoperability is very, very important, because in which way you are making use heterogeneous OSU, heterogeneous devices, vendors, so discovery and the software complexity, data volumes and the introspection. Similarly, power supply, interaction and the storage range of communication, and none other than like a wireless communication. And we can identify what sort of a fault tolerance which are going to be. And even though we can find out certain level of the limitation through that one. And that's all my presentation. And finally, just we have a short movie which understand very clearly how best way we can get through that one, what is meaning of IoT technology approaches. And before wind up, just I'll show you what not these things. Just you are visualizing, sir. Hello?
Yes, sir.
You are visualizing. Just I'm just taking one last frame of the one smart video. It will directly go there and we will get back to you.
Okay, sir.
Just observe this one simple short. I think due to the network data, you're finding. Delay, distortion, and how we can find out some sort of a computational parameter, how which are going to be managed with identification, device which are going to be. They used to see through the camera. They can authenticate and finally they can come to know. Okay, Professor?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks
Thank
for
you. My pleasure,
thank you
Professor.
for excellent. It was a thought-provoking presentation.
Sorry, I could not able to just get into the practical related, because we have done some sort of a projects which related to the farming, building
sir.
automation. If time
Okay,
permits, we'll come back to you. So just I
Yes, sir.
given
Yes, sir.
glimpse of the flow, which are very,
Okay,
very
sir.
essentially required for how the technological progression.
Yes, sir. We will post it in the Google Classroom for the sake of participants, sir. No issues, sir.
Fine, fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the session, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, you can take up some questions, correct?
Yeah, kindly.
Okay, sir. Participants, you can post your queries in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself
and you can ask questions. Participants, over to you.
Please kindly, I look forward to queries.
Dear participants, you can post your queries in the chat box, or else you can unmute yourself and you can ask the queries to sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Very good morning, Professor. Tell me.
Sir, how we can use the big data in IoT means how we can make the interface. Actually, I am familiar with the Hadoop installation, means
Yeah.
Hadoop, and can we make the connection interface between this Hadoop and with IoT devices?
Yeah. You already using Hadoop? Which version of the kernel of the Hadoop?
The means present sir, single node cluster I'm using that
Yeah.
one present version means sir, actually the present
Yeah.
means
Which tool you are basically using for that one? There's a number of tools are available in there. Tools.
No, actually, sir, no. Tools means actually I install Hadoop only for the analytics purpose only. I'm making that.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Fine.
my question is that can we connect to that whatever this Hadoop with the IoT devices? How?
You have to take the input interfacing from the device which are going to be just stored in the form of structured data and unstructured data.
Yes, sir.
Which OS you are using as another input format?
Sir, I'm actually using the Ubuntu only.
Ubuntu
only I'm using.
Ubuntu
Okay.
you are using for in which way the distributed approaches, correct? No? Ubuntu
Yes,
basically
sir.
HDFS, correct?
HDFs. We are using sir, I'm using the HDFs only.
HDFS you are using. There's some sort of,
yes.
You just use a command called uname -a, sir. I'll give uname -a.
You 1 minute. So means present I cannot do the practice.
No,
but,
just you go through. I'll give the solution to you, Professor. Please, uname -a to give a clear picture about what sort of an architecture. Still, you are not in a position. Uname -a.
Uname -a. Okay.
-a. You are not understanding what is uname. Just get through man uname.
Okay, sir. Man uname.
Yeah, there
okay,
you have a different how we can archive, how we can structure oriented, what sort of input. We can just go through those things. You can understand, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very
What
much.
is
Sir.
an input
Thank
you can
you
make use for the processing? What is for the predictive and what sort of a descriptive data we can easily analyze? We can just make.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Professor. Welcome, please. Tell me. Next
Participants, any more queries? Kindly unmute yourself and you can ask queries.
How IoT devices interpret?
Please, welcome to you. Please, you can.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you can ask, ma'am.
Directly ask, please.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, sir. I want to ask something, that is, could you please tell me and suggest me about the fault tolerance routing in IoT based on wireless sensor network?
See, you have come across some standard level of the failureness, which are going to physical failureness or a logical failureness.
Sir, currently I'm just taking reducing the, I'm just improving the efficiency by using the path graph model.
Yeah. See, did you come across like any packet loss or any sort of a frame? You come across Nmap?
No, sir, I am just working on it. So I want to just take a suggestion from your side, that could you please suggest me about the efficient fault tolerance in IoT?
I'll tell
based
you.
on wireless sensor network.
Yeah. See, you can make sure such a way that have you come across some of the tools? Wireshark.
No, sir, I am working on MATLAB.
MATLAB, some packages which are there, but MATLAB is like a totally license-oriented one.
Yeah.
Correct, no?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Wireshark related, just to go through the Wireshark open source software tools for
ಯಾವ್ದು
Okay.
ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ರಿ ನಾ
open source.
ಆಗಿದ್ದು
Sorry, somebody which are going to be cross talk.
Yes, sir. Somebody is disturbing here.
No disturbance. They are talking. Wireshark, madam, professor.
Yeah, getting.
Wireshark or Nmap, which are going to be some standard tools are there with
Okay.
related to fault tolerance and security aspects. Please,
Okay.
if you go through that one, we can get some more knowledge which very related to the how we can just enhance the fault tolerance. Even any sort of devices, not only IoT, any sort of
Okay.
devices which are going to be give effective set of data. I say some of the packets loss, read transmission, and we have some sort of a polling mechanism. We have like a various type of approaches we studied. No, we can easily understand these tools using these tools. MATLAB only providing like some sort of a built-in predicates already available. If you have a data set, we can make use through MATLAB, correct?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, please kindly go through. If you have any problem, you can keep on touch with me. You can just interact with my LLP, please.
Sir,
Okay, sir. Thank you so
we
much.
will take up a last question that has been posted in the group chat.
Yeah.
How IoT devices are interconnected with each other to transfer the data?
The IoT interconnected transfer the data,
Yes,
correct?
Yes, sir.
I told you very clearly, sensors are there, actuators are there. Sensors always give an electrical output. In order to get that an input for the actuators, but there should be a device, correct? No, in which way you are going to be understand another type of a device. Then you can take any sort of an example like with respect to the application oriented IoT 1, IoT 2, IoT 3, whatever it may be. There should be a standard level of an API, sir, application program interfaces. You can make use some sort of an application programming interfaces, and especially some standard level of programming. If you think about like a Python programming, you come across Python programming, in order to understand the relay of an exchange, then you can use Python. Standard APIs are available. You can say some of the role of object role interface mechanism which related, we can call it as, we can use those type of programming APIs standards, which are going to be understandable very clearly how the connectivity between one IoT, another IoT, and the n number of IoT we can say. And you have to be observed first, the classification is like a homogeneous IoT and the heterogeneous IoT, like that way. Because once you are using in an application is a homogeneous, so for that is you have to be nurtured with one start level of the APIs. If it's a heterogeneous, you have to be think about how best way you can understandable. Make sure that one should be write some sort of a standard level of a script approaches in order to understand one of the IoTs, another IoTs, and we can make a unique APIs standard spec possible. You got my question? Answer, please. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
IoT of one application, IoT of another application, you have their own standard APIs, sir. You can make sure, because the smart node which are going to be give that corresponding output, is it possible to connect to the cloud where you are going to be target, where you are going to be stored? Then there should be a API in between. We can write a programming approach, object oriented programming or modular programming approaches possible through that one.
Yes, sir.
Next, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, we can wind up, sir. We can wind up the session as the next session starts by 11:30.
Yeah.
We can wind up the session, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
Once again, I'm very thankful to the opportunity given from Sri Sai Ram College of Engineering, esteemed institute, all the authorities, respected principal, and the authority, those who are icon of this ATAL FDP program and IoT Internet of Things. A special thanks to Professor Bina Madam and Professor, all who are responsible, HOD of the Computer Science Engineering, and who are all their team members. Once again, thank you. Have a good day. Please kindly very enthusiasm, very energetic. We can make use of all this program. Have a good day. Thank you once again. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Participants, don't leave. The next session is about to start in a few minutes from now. Okay, it starts by 11:30. Probably our resource person will join. So don't go out of Zoom. You can mute yourself. You can unmute yourself. You can mute yourself and then wait for 2 or 3 minutes.
Professor, your good name, shall I close the session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My name is Guru Subramani, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
I'm very thankful to Professor Guru Subramaniam and Dr. Banu, madam, who are all the responsible. Thank you. We'll see, sir. I'll close this.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
Kindly send the recordable and the feedback to me, please. Kindly.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sure, sir. We'll send it, sir. We'll send it across, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir.
Sir, I am Dr. Ramasubramaniam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Sir, in another 2-3 minutes, we'll join the session, sir. We'll start the session, sir.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Hope you audible me correctly, sir.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You are audible.
Shall I share my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Before I have to introduce yourself, sir, and then you can share the screen, sir.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Lakshmi Ara.
Sir, Guru Subramaniam, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are the professor in CSE, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Meena Kabilan madam is the HOD in CSE, right?
No, sir. She is the ATAL coordinator. Dr. B. Lata, she is heading the department, sir.
Oh, nice, sir. Nice.
Dr. B. Lata.
Okay, nice, sir. Nice.
Okay, Dr. Meena Kabilan is the ATAL coordinator.
ATAL coordinator.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, shall we start the session? I'll introduce yourself and then I'll start this session. We'll start the session, sir. Participants, okay, all participants, I think, are intact in this program. Let me introduce our chief guest for the next set. So it is from 11:30 to 1. He is Dr. M. Ramasubramanian. Sir is working for JNTU, and he has various invited guest lectures, and he has conducted so many faculty development programs, and he has participated in various seminars, workshops, and faculty development programs also. And to name a few, he has so much of paper publications in international conferences. He has over 12 paper publications in international conferences, and he has around 23 papers in the national conferences. And we have one of the guests who is good in academics. We have, and the international journals, he has over 19 international journals in various international journals like Research Journal of Computer Systems and Engineering. And with all journals, he has the impact factor. That is very great. And he has so much of books authored also. He has prepared various lab manuals. He has given special lectures. In computer fundamentals, object analysis using Java, roadmap to successful completion of UG projects for final years. And he has got the additional responsibilities of heading the department. He is the convener of NAC, and he is the faculty advisor. And he has guided so many UG projects and PG projects. And he is an organizing committee member in an international conference. We have such a guest amidst today. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Sai Ram Engineering College. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm Dr. Meena Kabilan. Welcome you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you for
ma'am.
accepting our invitation. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
good
sir.
morning, my dear academic friends, faculties. So I thank Sri Sai Ram Engineering College for giving this wonderful opportunity, and HOD Lata ma'am, and the ATAL coordinator Meena Kabilan ma'am, and Guru Subramaniam sir. So presently, sir told regarding my profile. So myself, Dr. Rama Subramaniam, with me PhD, both in computer science, I have completed. My total teaching experience, 18 plus years. I organized 2 international conferences and attended 70 plus FDPs, workshop and seminars. My research area interest is digital image processing and artificial intelligence. As sir told, I have presented various national and international papers. So with this SCI, Scopus and UGC, authored 4 Indian patents and life member of IST. So I have worked in College of Engineering, India also. So my total experience includes Anna University, College of Engineering. My first experience is Anna University. Presently, I am working in Hyderabad. Okay. So my topic is IoT applications in smart innovations. Okay. So we are having in 1990s, the internet itself, it is a great word according to India. Okay, so each and every day it grows a very large internet. So presently we are in the IoT era. Okay, so presently we are in the IoT era. So you are in the slide which shows the each and every stages of internet stages. Okay, first it was web in the year of 2000. Next was e-commerce era in 2000 up to 2005. Next 2005 to 2015, it's a digital marketing. Okay, next last 5 years we are in the era of digital business. Now IoT autonomous enterprises. Okay, so IoT is available in all the domains. It is not only in the computer science domain, because computer science itself is a common thing. Okay, so as like as computer science, IoT also spread along with all the domains. Okay, so my plan of presentation is what is IoT and how IoT works, the current status and the future prospect of IoT, the knowledge management from data to wisdom, the future of IoT, the potential of IoT, the few applications of IoT, the technological challenges of IoT, and the criticisms and the controversies in IoT. Okay, next major IoT applications and the references. So this is my plan of presentations. Okay, already you may heard about what is IoT. Okay, so it is a network of physical objects or things which are embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity, which enables this object to collect and exchange the data. Okay, so the main thing is, so the data has been exchanged between the 2 objects via the internet. Okay, so the IoT allows objects to be sensed and controlled remotely across existing network infrastructures, and creating the opportunities for more direct integration between the physical world and the computer-based systems, and resulting in improved efficiency, accuracy, and economic benefit. Okay, so nowadays the main problem is it's not updating with the database. Okay, so it should be the single database. Okay, it's a centralized database. Okay, so then only we can get the accurate data. Okay, so the things in the IoT sense can refer to a wide variety of devices such as heart monitoring implants, biochip transponders on farm animals, electric clamps in coastal waters, automobiles with built-in sensors, DNA analysis device for environmental or food pathogen, and monitoring or field operations devices that assist firefighters in search and rescue operations. Okay, in the heart monitoring implants. Okay, so nowadays even the age of 35 plus, even 30 plus also they are getting the heart attacks. Okay, so it is very necessary to monitor the heart patients using the IoT devices. Okay, morning they will be very normal. Okay, but in the afternoon they are they have the problem of heart problem. Okay, so it is necessary to each and every time we have to monitor the heart patients using IoT. Okay, and biochip transponders on farm animals. Okay, so in Australia we are having acres of 1,500 acres of farmlands are available. Okay, from that, so the cows are available. Okay, so the cows are embedded with the biochips. Okay, so from using the biochip, we can able to monitor the cows. Okay, so we can have the detailed discussion regarding this in our slide also I have created. Okay, and coastal waters. Okay, nowadays the tsunami problems available in all over the world. Okay, so IoT also helpful in finding the wave of the ocean. Okay, next, automobiles with the built-in sensors. Suppose I'm having the car. Okay, somebody took the car, some thief has taken the car. So using the built-in sensors, I can be able to know in which place my car is available. Okay, so nowadays it is very, very important to have the sensors like this. Okay, so likewise in our life, the IoT is very helpful. Okay, so Cisco's prevision is in 2008, the number of things connected to the internet was greater than the people living on the earth. So total population, it exceeds the number of things connected to the internet. It exceeds the total number of peoples in the earth. Okay, so it is, they are telling about the growth of internet. And within 2030, the number of things connected to the internet will be about 1,000 billion. Okay, they are telling on statistical report, they are predicting, okay, within next 10 years. Okay, so the number of things connected to the internet will be about 1,000 billion. Okay, so what are the features of IoTs? It's univocally identifiable and addressable objects. Okay, so each and everything have the unique object, and with the use of artificial intelligence. So IoT and artificial intelligence, the combination of both will give us so many miracles. So we have to wait and see what are the miracles they will give. Okay, so and in the architecture and the geo localizations and the size considerations. So these are the domain also the IoT can be features. Okay, so the history of IoT. The concepts of IoT first became popular in 1999 through the Auto ID Center at MIT and the related market analysis publications. Okay, so but in India in 1999 only the internet enters. Okay, but in the foreign they have heard about the IoT in the 1999 itself. Okay, so the radio frequency identifications, RFID, was seen as a prerequisite for the IoT at that point. Okay, so at that time RFID was very, very famous. Okay, so using the RFID only, they tried to activate the IoT. If all the objects and people in daily life were equipped with the identifiers, computers could manage and inventory them. Okay, using the RFID only, the computer will identify it, because nowadays only the image processing is very famous. At that time, using RFID only, the computers are identifying the peoples. Okay, besides using RFID, the tagging of things, it may be achieved through such technologies as near field communications, barcode, QR codes, Bluetooth, and digital watermarking. Okay, so later we are having the advanced technologies like near field communications and barcodes, QR codes, Bluetooth, and digital watermarking. So these are the latest technologies now we are using. So these are the history of IoTs. Okay, how IoT works. Okay, so the basic IoT works we are going to see here. It's not the result of a single novel technology. Instead, several complementary technical developments provide capabilities that taken together help to bridge the gap between the virtual and physical world. Okay, for example, in my house, I'm having water tanks are available. Once the water is not available, okay, automatically using the water sensor, the switch has to switch on. Okay, once the tank capacity filled, automatically it has to switch off. Okay, so it is the automations. Okay, wherever we need automation, there only we need the IoT. Okay, so likewise, I can able to switch on my water heater or AC and switch off wherever from the world. Okay, so now and how these are the areas how the IoT is working. Okay, communications and cooperations. Next, addressability. Third one is identification and sensing. Sensing is very, very important because without sensor, there is no IoT. Okay, so the sensors are takes a very vital role in playing the IoT devices. Okay, next, actuations, embedded information processing, localization, and user interface. User interface means we are using the app. I can able to switch on my fan. Okay, you may heard the word Google Home. Okay, so what is the temp? I can ask Google Home. Okay, so it is also one of the IoT advantages. Okay, what is the temperature now in Chennai city? So it will ask. Okay, so likewise, we are having to, as I told you already, there are so many miracles we are going to face with the IoT. Okay, so we are here we are having 4 main steps: RFID, sensors, smart technology, and nanotechnology. Okay, so RFID to identify and track the data of things, to uniquely identify the which object and which thing is available. Under the sensor, to collect and process the data to detect the changes in physical status of the things. Okay, so even we are having the fire sensors. Okay, it is installed in our so many malls. If any fire is available, automatically it will inform the nearby fire engine station, and it is like a precautions. They are having some water sprayer also. Automatically, the water sprayer will come out. Okay. Next to the smart technology to enhance the power of the network by devolving processing capabilities to different part of the network. Okay. So the smart technology bridging the gap between the sensor and the nanotechnology. Okay, it is the third step. And where is the nanotechnology? It is to make the smaller and smaller things have the ability to connect and interact, because once upon a time we are having the computer. Okay, so it has to occupy the our entire house. Okay, like square feet, 500 square feet it needed, using the diodes and valves, and heat also very much.
Hello, sir.
Sir.
Sir, I would like to know what is the function and what is the meaning of SOT, self-organizing things in IoT?
Sir, SOT, sir?
Yes, self-organizing things.
Sir, actually it is not a part of my presentation, sir, but surely I will, end of the session, I will give my email ID, sir. Definitely, I will explain the SOT, sir. Okay, sir.
So this is something new towards IoT. I think it's something like a next generation where things are self-organized with low power.
Sure, sir. I will.
Some extra knowledge for this, because this FDP prove useful only when we have some such upcoming technologies.
Okay, sir. I am also interested because IoT is like a big area, sir. Okay, today I am concentrating only some part of that IoT. Okay, sir. I am also very eager to know the newest things in IoT. Okay, sir. So I will let me find that what is SOT, sir, self-organizing things, right? Okay, sir. Surely I will tell you, sir, end of the session. Please. Thank you, sir. Okay. The structure of the IoT. Okay. The IoT can be viewed as a gigantic network. It consisting of networks of devices and computers. Okay. So, excuse me, coming back to the point. Okay. So, initially we are having the only single computer is in around 500 square feet. Okay. Later they have reduced the size. Okay. Because the size does matters. Okay. Then it is coming as the server. Then it is coming as a desktop machines. Okay. Then a laptop. Okay. Next one is palm top. Presently we are having the smartphones. Okay. Smartphone is very small in size. Okay. So next it's a smart watch. Okay. What are the things I can do with the desktop? We can do in the laptop. Again, what are the things? 85% of things we can do in laptop nowadays we can able to do using the smartphone also. Now the end users also able to use the all the applications like Gmail, because once upon a time we have to log on the browser and giving the username and password for each and every time. Okay, then only we can use the mail. Okay, but nowadays I can I can give my thumb impressions. Okay, so the Gmail application will open. It is not like that each and every time I have to give the password. So the once a layman also, okay, those who don't know about the computer, okay, so they are bridging the gap, reducing the gap. Okay, once the expert only they can use the laptop. Likewise, the day was there. Okay, but nowadays any farmer, a farmer can use the smartphone, Android phone. Okay, so the thing is like that. Okay, next phone banking also there, mobile banking also there, phone banking, laptop banking. Nowadays watch banking also there. Okay, so even using the watch, now the HDFC Bank has been introduced the watch banking. Okay, so so next within 1 or 2 years, every bank will use the watch banking. Because why I am telling this is because of the nanotechnology only, using the nanotechnology only. Okay, so all the things are sizes are very much reduced. Okay, so carrying the things like a smartphone now. Nowadays, everyone having the smartphone. Okay, so it's a small phone. It is a smartphone. So yes, sometimes one person may having the more than one phones also. Okay, it's because of the technology, because the sizes reduced and technology increased. Okay, so now come to the structure of IoT. Okay, what are these? Are the 4 main structures we are having in the IoT. Okay, so tagging the things, real-time item, which is traceability and addressability by RFIDs. Okay.
F of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a. F of a minus x dx. So this property can apply.
Very much okay. So sensors are the primary devices to collect the data from the environment. Okay, so shrinking things. Okay, miniaturization and nanotechnology has provoked the ability of smaller things to interact and connect with the things or smart devices. Next, thinking the things. Embedded intelligence in devices through sensors, it has formed a network connection to the internet. It can make the things realizing under the intelligent control. Okay, as I told you already, the artificial intelligence. Okay, so when the artificial intelligence give a handshake to the IoT, okay, then only it will be very meaningful. Okay, IoT is in different place, artificial intelligence in different place. Okay, so database is in third phase. Okay, when all the 3 things are combined, then only we can have the meaningful IoT we can come out with. Okay, so the current status and the future prospect of IoT we can see here. Okay, so the world populations in each and every year they are giving, and how many devices are connected in the internet. Okay, so we are having the connected devices per person also, it's available. Okay, so nowadays we are in each and every home we are having the laptop, computer. Okay, the smartphones, each and everyone having the smartphones, and Google Homes also. A small network is available in each and every house. Once upon a time, in computer lab only we are having the networks. Okay, so so nowadays each and every house having the small networks with the Wi-Fi. Okay, we are having the broadband connections. Okay, so that we can able to connect more than 20 devices at a time. So likewise, so in the 2003 world population is 6.3 billion and the connected devices are 500 million, and 2010 it is 6.8 billion, so the connected devices are 12.5 billions. Okay, so after 5 years it has been increased 7.2 billion world populations were there, and 25 billions of connected devices were there, and in 2020 it's 50 billions. World population is 7.6 billion. So as I told you in my previous slide, next 10 years, okay, it will become 100 plus billions. Okay, change in the only permanent in this world. Okay, so we need more improvement after Corona also. Okay, so the world is now we are a little bit stuck with Corona. Okay, so I believe that okay within next 1 or 2 years we will coming back to the point. Okay, so it is the IoT is the network of networks. Okay, so network of networks means as I told you already, so each and every house we are having the networks. Okay, so combining all the houses, so it is the network of networks in an area. Okay, so what are the primary networks available here is transport, education, home, business, earth, other, and energy. Okay, so here individual networks are the transport and energy, but we are connecting the individual networks also. Okay, suppose my son is going to college by the bus. Okay, so bus will come 7 o'clock, it may stop. Okay, so the bus will start at the starting point 6 o'clock itself. So when the bus starts, he will have the alert the bus is started. So he can be able to know that the bus is on time. Okay, so whenever it reaches the next stop, each and every stop, okay, he is getting the status update. Not only he, but also all the passengers, those who are traveled. For example, in engineering colleges, we are having buses, no? So we are having 40 buses. So each and every bus will have the network. Okay, all the passengers, including students and staff, those who are traveling in the bus, okay, they will get the status update. So they will be able to know that the whether the bus is delay or not, whether the bus is on time, or even the bus is advanced within 2 or 3 minutes, so that they can be able to come quickly to their stops before the exact timings. Okay, so that is the thing of IoT. Okay, so even I will get the status update. Where suppose I am working in one place, so I am getting the status. Your son has boarded in the bus. Okay, so I can able to, like Ola and Uber, I can able to trace the track, in which track the bus is going. Suppose in some. Okay, so hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
okay.
Sir. Please go
So
ahead,
likewise, I can be able to track okay, the bus of my son who is traveling in that bus. Okay, so likewise, in the same time, evening 4 o'clock, the bus starting in the engineering college, that also I can get the update. At what time the bus has been reached in my place, that also. Okay, so this is a simple example of IoT. Okay, next, education. In education, using the smartphone, smartphone app, I can be able to know that all the activities of my son. Okay, presently I am working in Hyderabad. My son is studying in Chennai. Okay, so I can able to know the diary activities. Diary means daily they will send some notes regarding the son's educations. Okay, he got so many marks in subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Okay, so before that I have to go to the school. It is like called an open day. Okay, there only they will discuss all the things regarding our wards. But using the smartphone, I can be able to understand what is the fees status, what is the next fees I have to pay. So that thing, everything comes under, all things comes under one roof. Okay, likewise, it is everything is there only. I can able to monitor the attendance, whether my kid is attended online class, yes or no. Okay, so that also for this day, morning present, evening absent, next day morning absent, evening present. Likewise, I can be able to know the attendance of my kid also. So I can able to monitor entire thing. Okay, so likewise home, whether the AC is switch off or not in the daytime also. Otherwise, the heater which is switch off or not, whether the motor is running or not. Each and everything I can be able to control using the one touch app. Okay, so these are for the examples only. Okay, so these networks are connected with added security because using the CCTV camera. Okay, that is another example. Okay, so in front of my home, I can fix a CCTV camera, and I can able to install the image processing software also. Okay, so if anybody unknown persons coming means automatically it will give me the alert. Okay, so nowadays because elder people are alone in the house, their wards are in foreign countries. Okay, so they can simply using these kind of apps. It's a very security things. Okay, so they are talking to their parents by video call, yes or no, but they are daily seeing the CCTV camera footprints. Okay, with the security analytics and management. Okay, so still some more updations are needed, because in computer science day to day we need updations. Okay, so we may need some updations. Okay, and nowadays the police report says using the CCTV camera only they can be able to identify and find the criminals 80%. Okay, these are the one updated thing. Without CCTV camera we can also see some more videos on some WhatsApps, and there is a robbery. Okay, so everything we can also see some criminal videos using the CCTV daily also. So it is one of the advantages. Okay, so next one is how the IoT works. The picturization I am giving, as I told you already. Okay, so AC is switched on or not. Okay, so cloud-based ERP of things, device management platform. Okay, so these are the network of networks. Okay, so this is also one of the things. It is a important technology. Because of the technology only you can be able to know that these things. And suppose I am in the city, I am having the farm in my village, south side village. Okay, so from here I can able to monitor whether water is available in my paddy land, yes or no. Okay, so that is also using the sensors only. Suppose there is a sensor, it is related with the soil. Okay, so it will check the moisture. It will check the moisture of the land, and there is no water means automatically switch it on, and SMS will come to me. Motor has been switched on. After 2 hours, okay, so it is having some enough water, so automatically switched off. Okay, and some fertilizers not available in your land likewise. So I will inform my manager to check that these things likewise, so and so. And these are the examples of IoTs. Later we are having the smart agriculture topic also. We'll have the detailed discussion in that slides. Okay. So smart systems and IoT are driven by combinations of 3 things. Number 1, sensors and actuators. Number 2, connectivity. And third phase is people and process. Okay, sensors and actuators and connectivity, people and process. These are the 3 important objects which are available in our IoT network. Okay, for example, sensors and actuators. So let us take the previous examples also. In the paddy land, okay, so the sensors are sensing whether the water is available or not. Okay, and using the Wi-Fi or the wired connectivity, it is informing me there is no water in your land. Okay, and automatically based on the Wi-Fi, it connected with the energy network and switch on the motor itself. Okay, so we are having, as I told you already, in our home also. Okay, so in the water tank there is no water means automatically switch on. The same technology used in farmland also. And the people and the process. So I am the people. So I will inform my manager, I got the message like this, but you can go and follow up with the process likewise. I can tell it to my manager. Okay, so we are giving our world digital nervous system location data using GPS sensors, eyes and cars using cameras and microphones, along with sensory organs that can measure everything from temperature to pressure changes. Okay, so even suppose the presently the newly manufacturing cars, no, even they are telling the what are the tire pressure in your car. Even they are telling the what are the tire pressure in your car first, and it will tell us the puncture shop. Okay, so that I can able to fill my air in my car tire also, and it will ask which place you want to go. Okay, nowadays a Google driver is available in foreign countries. It's very famous. Without driverless car. Okay, so within next 5 to 10 years in India also. Okay, if you book a if you rent a cab, so okay, without driver, one cab will come in front of your house. Okay, so that you can even in a driver seat we can sit. Okay, because it is automatic driver, no. So instead of 3 members, we can able to travel 4 members, I think. Okay, so it is also IoT. So you can simply give the destination place. Okay, so simply enter the destination place. Automatically, it will no need of each and everyone will buy the car. Okay, so simply book the car will available in front of your house next 10 minutes. Okay, then you can travel wherever you want as per the destination place you have entered. Okay, so it's a driverless car. Okay, it's automatic. So it is IoT advancements. Okay, it is not a miracle. It will come soon. Okay, so next to the connectivity, what are the connectivity which are available in IoT networks? Likewise, we have to tell. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is the basic connectivity. Next to the Bluetooth. Actually, in our college last year, a group did a project using the Bluetooth technology, avoid the accident between two cars. Okay, suppose if there is a brake failure and any problem within the car, it is going in the front, it will be sensed and reported to the driver who is traveling behind that car. Okay, so he has to be drive the car very carefully, because the car which is available in the front, okay, it may having some problems. Okay, there is some problems at any places. Okay, so suppose it's like a elbowed. Suppose if any car having the elbowed, so we will assume that it's they are newly driving the car. So we will be very careful, those who are driving the backside. So likewise, the same technology, once the car is fully computerized, then only we can able to get all these things. And nowadays we are having a facilities available. Okay, so the car is coming to the workshop for doing some repairs. Okay, manually we not troubleshooting the car. Okay, there is one data cable is there, and you connecting the car and the computer system. The computer will troubleshoot and analyze the car, and it will tell you, okay, what is the problem available in which area. For example, there is a electrical area, some headlight is not working. Okay, and the AC system, there is some leakage is there. Okay, and clutch, there is oil leakage in the clutch department. Likewise, it will tell each and everything. Okay, nowadays the cars are having the serial port communications will be there. So using that serial port, you can connect with the computer. It will tell you all the things. Okay, and it will record all the problems, and it will, after end of the service, it will try to record all the service, what are the parts has been serviced also, and it will store in computer also. Okay, after 6 months or 1 year, I will give service to the another workshop. Need not be in the same workshop. First time I am giving service in Chennai, second time in Hyderabad, means from the cloud, it is using the car number. Okay, so it is retrieving all the data previously what has been serviced, and any pending service is there like this, so and so automatically it will tell you the reports. Okay, so that is also one of the big advantages of the cloud with the IoT. Okay, so here WAN, MAN, LAN, PAN. Okay, so wide area network, metropolitan area network, local area network, and personal area network. So these are the networks using the IoT connectivity. We can having the same thing. The image sources are host scales only from here. Okay. Next, knowledge management, turning data into wisdom. Okay. Okay. So we may know the difference between data and informations. Okay. What is data and what is informations? Okay. So likewise, the knowledge management, it is turning the data into wisdom. Okay. So the base is the data, and from the data we are processing the informations. Okay, and from the informations we are getting the knowledge, and from the knowledge we are understanding something, and from the understanding we are getting the wisdoms. Okay, so the more data that is created, the better understanding and wisdom people can obtain. Okay, so suppose I am feeling some problems while driving my car, then only I can be able to tell the programmer to find some solutions. Okay, suppose I am driving properly, but the car going in front of me. Okay, so because of that car only I got accident. So at that time I'm having some problem. So I am telling the computer programmer to define some systems so that I can be able to know that. Suppose in last semester our students did another projects also. Suppose a driver is feeling sleepy. Okay, automatically the alert, the alarm will give inside the car. Okay, so that the driver will stop the car, or even the passenger will be able to know that the driver is in sleepy mode. Okay, so that is image processing. Okay, so scanning the images each and every time, but there is a gap in that eye. It will also know that the driver is in sleepy mode. Okay, so likewise we can able to explore so many softwares, okay, based upon our requirements. Okay, next, the potential of IoT. Okay, so here we are having the data regarding the which industry having the revenue. Okay, they have taken in the last 10 years. Likewise, okay, oil and gas, rail, healthcare, power, aviation. Likewise, so which tells the potentials of the IoTs. The unlock massive potentials of IoT. We are having some 4 criteria that is available here to unlock the massive potentials. Number 1, improved performance. Number 2, create innovative services. Next, reduced cost. Last one, new revenue stream. Okay, so cost reduction is very, very important. Okay, so in IoT, okay, suppose we are having 2 findings by 2 students, but one is cost effective, another one is more cost. Which one we will choose? Okay, both are having the same advantages only. Okay, but one is cost is less, another one is cost is high. I will obviously we will go for a reduced cost only. Okay, so the cost reduction is one of the major important factor available in the massive potentials of IoTs. Okay, the technology roadmap of IoT. Next, coming into the slide, the technology roadmaps are IoT. Okay, so in the picture we can be able to know that RFID tags for the routing, inventorying, and loss preventions. Okay, so next one is surveillance, security, healthcare, transport, food safety, and document management. Okay, so it is the next level. Okay, so the third level is locating peoples and everyday objects. So each and every day, it's like like a growing child. Okay, the child is first in the age of 3. Okay, next to the age of 6, next to age of 10. Likewise, so the technology roadmap, how IoT is developed. Okay, teleoperations and telepresence ability to monitor and control the distant objects. Okay, so likewise we are having the technology roadmap of IoT over the time. Okay, next, applications of IoT. So here we are having some sample applications. Okay, how the IoT is being implemented in so many applications. Likewise, so in each and every layer, also in application layer, how it is installed, like a smart factory, smart healthcare, and smart transport. And in the transport layer also, we are having a 3G or 4G network, and through the internet. Okay, so we are getting the Wi-Fi. Okay, so in future plan also, in some government is announced that free Wi-Fi we are going to give, because in the next election, okay, they are giving some promises in some other states. We are giving free Wi-Fi, free internet. Okay, so nowadays internet is very, very important. Okay, so next, this is devices. Okay, connectivity and the cloud. Okay, application interfaces. Okay, how they are connected with the database and the cloud. Likewise, they are telling some things. And a few applications of IoT. It's a building and home automations. Okay, so what is a home automation? Yeah, yes, I told already. No, the lights is switched on even in the daytime also. Okay, and your electric chimney is switched on even though the gas is off. Okay, so the juicer is switched on, and the TV is switched on without there is any people. Likewise, we are getting some alerts. Okay, that is called the home automations. Okay, and the building means suppose some weather due to some weather. Next year you will have some rain, due to some rain and bad weather. Okay, so you are parked your car in the road place, so flood will come in the road, so better remove the car to your parking area. Likewise, it will give you some messages. Okay, and in manufacturing also. Okay, manufacturing. Okay, how many products are manufactured per day, and how many was packed, and how many was transported, how many was pending. Likewise, each and everything will be fingertips. It will be available in our fingertips. Okay, medical and healthcare systems. Okay, so I am having the separate slide for this also. Suppose health monitoring bracelet. Okay, we may know that ordinary bracelet, it's a health monitoring bracelets. Today, how many steps you have walked? Okay, how many steps you have walked and how many calories you burned and how many calories you got from your breakfast. Okay, and BP, blood pressure level also it is telling. Okay, and heartbeat. Okay, what is the normal heartbeat for your age and whether the heartbeat is lesser or higher. Okay, based on the, it's like a personal doctor. Okay, so I have mentioned like it's a personal doctor with this. Okay, so and media also nowadays media has been very much improved because of the IoTs. We need not depend only on TV to see such a news and whether all these things. Okay, so likewise it is helpful in media also, and environmental monitoring. Okay, as I told you already, what is the climate and what is the temperature of outside. Okay, what is the pollution. Okay, and garbage collections also, like Swachh Bharat. Okay, so we are having some projects to waste management systems also. We are having the slides for that also, environmental monitoring. Okay, whether the water is polluted means don't use that water. Likewise, it is telling some announcements likewise, and garbage collections. So in municipality, they are placing the bins in each and every street. Okay, so automatically the commissioner or the person who is under working in the municipal, they will get the messages. Okay, this bin has been filled. Likewise, they have to each and every day they won't take the clear the wastage. No, so they are getting the SMS. Okay, suppose some street lights are not working properly in some areas. Okay, likewise, so and so they are getting all the SMS alerts from the IoT systems. Based on that, okay, so they will work accordingly. Okay, next, infrastructure management. Okay, infrastructure management means suppose if there is a electrical problem in one area. Okay, so in which transformer, which problem occurred in which transformer. Likewise, they are getting they need not have a manual inspections. Okay, instead that from this transformer to this much meter, there is some problem. Okay, likewise, they are getting some SMSs. Likewise, in transportations, as I told you already, we can able to track. Okay, so we can able to track where the bus is available. Likewise, in our private omnibuses, they are having that facility. Okay, we can able to easily track the buses available which area. Likewise, and a better quality of life for elderly. Okay, so the elder peoples are available, lonely available in the native. So we the people are in city or even in foreign countries. Okay, so we can able to monitor them easily in the cell phone itself. Okay, for example, one of my batch did a baby monitoring system. Okay, so baby monitoring system means it's a app which tells that the present status of our baby. We can able to suppose we are working in an office, but my small kid, so we have left the kid in the play school. Okay, so or even some not in play school also, but some kindergarten, they will take care of the small kids. Okay, at that time, whether the cloth of the baby is wet or dry. Okay, if it is wet means it will give the alarm. Okay, automatically the person, because for each and every baby, not a single person is available. For 10 babies, one I am maybe available. So at that time, it is giving the alarm so that she will go and check the baby and change the diaper if it is wet. Okay, so like whether the baby is crying or not, why it is crying. Okay, so it is whether it's the baby, suppose the baby may be. So it's a baby monitoring system, each and everything, whether a baby is sleeping or not, each and everything, we are getting the updates in our mobile phones while I am working in the office. I need not be available all times with my baby, but it is telling all the updates. Suppose any problem I have received also, even I will call to that play school and I will inform them that so and so message I am getting, what is the status of my baby. Likewise, I can ask. Okay, so these are the applications of IoT. And here we are having some diversity applications also. Okay, home automations and transport mobility, all are interrelated. Okay, home means I can able to know the status of my home. Okay, transport mobility. Okay, suppose my car, my father is taking my car, then what is the status of that car? And my son is traveling in engineering college transport, what is the status of that? And my wife is going to for some purchase in some T Nagar. She is taking some private cab. What is the status of that one? Likewise, and health of my mother, my dad, and even my health of my spouse also I can able to monitor each and every second. And the building's infrastructure. Okay, what is the strength of my building? Okay, before 10 years I know the strength of my building, but after 10 years, okay, so each and everything it is in my fingertips. And the cities industry means industrial IoT. Okay, so suppose I'm having some 2 or 3 companies. What is the manufacturing of my turnover of my company? Okay, I need not go to office and I will check the files. From the fingertips, I can be able to know how many employees today present and how many targets we have achieved. Okay, so all the things I can be able to know from my smartphone itself. So everything is under one roof. Likewise, we are getting this. And smart parking. So before buying the car, everyone should worry about the parking. Okay, not only parking in their own apartments, but also in shopping malls and city side parking. Now we have to find the place where to park. Even some malls, they are charging 200 to 300 rupees for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so likewise, it is very costly. So smart parking. So wherever the places are available, so we have to check using the IoT applications. Okay, based upon the places are available. Okay, so we may know about the problem in parking. So it has been defined in smart parking only. The residents can identify and reserve the closest available places. For traffic wardens can identify non-compliant usage, and municipalities can introduce demand-based pricing. Okay, suppose more parking places available means they will charge only 200 rupees. Suppose there is some demand, even in Ola and Uber also, suppose sometimes we will get some 189 rupees to go to Crompet, likewise I will get. But if the autos are not available, suppose 10 autos or 10 cabs are available means they will charge standard rates. Suppose there is a demand means they will make a charge 189 to 245 likewise. So immediately within 1 second, because the software only decides the rate. We think that no, some operator is changing the rates. It's not like that. Based upon the demand, the software only increasing the rates. Okay, within 1 or 2 minutes, that 50 rupees will be increased. Okay, so it is in the backside, one computer only will be there, not any persons. Okay, as we know already that the owner of Ola or Uber, they even don't have any two-wheelers of their own, but they are operating. They are operating all the vehicles. Okay, so this is the 10 years back telephone like STD, ISDP, CO. Okay, it is a very good business. Okay, in Ooty film industry, they have now closed it. It's a very 1.75 lakhs people who was worked in Ooty film industries. But due to the digital camera, okay, that industry has been closed. Okay, so likewise STD, ISDP, CO also closed now, because each and everyone is having the cell phone. Then what is the necessity of opening the STD, ISD, PCO? Okay, so likewise some jobs only come for lifelong. Okay, so likewise we have to choose the profession. Even as I told you already, we are having the Google driver. Means there is no physical driver in the car. Okay, those who know only car driving and working in the cab, what is the situation after 10 years? They have to find another job. Suppose somebody have I know only driving, I am using the cab. Okay, at that time please think of our life. Okay, because yesterday I had one news in the WhatsApp. Okay, 10 years back, one person is taking the video camera and using the helicopter, he is shooting the aerial view of one city. But nowadays the work is carried over by the drone itself. Okay, so that helicopter driver and the videographer, both jobs are occupied by the drone. Okay, so we are telling that automation, but other side of automation is like this only. Okay, but anyhow, it's not a problem. Okay, so they have to find the core job. Okay, even in Corona time, most of the software engineers, they have worked from home only. Okay, so that we are having the little bit admission reduced in other triple civil, mechanical, like this, because they have to go to their own site and they have to work. Okay, so that because of the Corona, the position has been changed. Likewise, more demand in CSC department all over India, as far as my information received. Okay, coming back to the point. Okay, so smart parking. So we have to park very smartly and using the IoT applications. Okay, the efficient waste management system in smart cities supported by the sensing as a service. So as we have discussed already with the efficient waste management system, okay, because only one van will, some vans are available in some areas. So for each and every bin, we can't have a van or lorry. Okay, so it is getting the SMS that in Kumaran Nagar, 3rd Street, the garbage is filled. So it will go there only. And it is finding the shortest distance also. Okay, what is the shortest distance to Kumaran Nagar? And next to Kumaran Nagar, which bin has to be taken? Okay, so likewise, it is deciding. So based upon the GPS systems, okay, it has to cover the entire city in all the days. Okay, so the shortest path algorithm also embedded with this software, and which bin I have to take first, and priority also. Okay, so likewise, that sensing as a service, so they are operating this. So the Swachh Bharat, now also AICT has introduced one funding project, waste management system. Okay, if you are submitting that, then it will be accepted. Okay, the infrastructure with access to energy sources and long range data communications, that is the first point. And the garbage cans, it is having the sensors, how much garbage, whether it's a 20% or 30 or 40 or even 50 or filled. Okay, likewise, it is getting the SMS. We are getting the SMS for each and every bins. So the server will store the data, and they are sending the SMS to the corresponding van drivers only. So they have to decide in which area next I have to go and take the garbage from which likewise. Okay, so health and safety authorities, manufacturing plants, recycling plant. So at the end of the day, it will go to the recycling plants only. Okay, so likewise, they are defining these things. And sensor even in the holy cow also. Okay, so the cow is looking like a digital cow because it don't have any physical horns, but it's sensors and antennas, as I told you already. Okay, so each and every cow is having the antennas, and it is transmitting the GPS position of the cow, in which area, okay, the cow is available. Because in foreigns like Australia, okay, they are having 800 to 900 and even 1000 acres farm also, but we don't know which cow is available in which places. Okay, so in the world of IoT, even the cows will be connected and monitored. So IoT is useful for cows and animals also. Okay, even in elephants, we can have some kind of sensors, which is nearly available, some Coimbatore based forests. Okay, the sensors are implanted in the ears of cattle. On an average, each cow generates about 200 MB of information per year. Okay, it is generating 200 megabyte of information per year. This allows farmers to monitor cows' health and track their movements. Okay, so farmers to monitor the cow's health also. Okay, using that we can able to find the health of that cow also available and track their movements. Okay, in which area it is there. Okay, so it's the same technologies we are using in our two-wheeler or car also. Suppose some thief is taken our two-wheeler or car, now we can be able to know that in which area that two-wheeler is there. Likewise, the same technology is used in cows also. More plentiful supply of milk and meat for people to consume. Okay, and this is a very important advantages of this. Internet of Things is the next stage of the information revolution and referenced the interconnectivity of everything from urban transport to medical devices to household appliances. Okay, so the integration with the internet implies that devices will use an IP addresses as a unique identifier. However, due to the limited address space of IPv4, which allows only 4.3 billion unique addresses. So we are having now IPv6 also. Okay, so using this, we can able to generate more clients' IP addresses. Okay. On the other hand, the IoT systems could also be responsible for performing actions, not just sensing. Okay, simply it won't telling that sensing, but performing actions. For example, your water tank has no water. Instead of telling the messages, automatically it has to switch on no. So likewise, only we have to program them. Okay, the intelligent shopping systems, for example, it could monitor specific users' purchasing habits in a store by tracking their specific mobile phones. Okay, so nowadays even drones are acting like a delivery boys. Okay, so within 2 years it will come in India also. Okay, in one TV advertisement also, the drone is carrying the soft drinks. Okay, you will have the advertisement. Okay, so there is a now presently this is implemented in America. Okay, the robots were delivering the grocery things to the houses. Okay, so these users could then be provided with special offers on their favorite products or even locations of items they need, which their fridge has automatically conveyed to the phone. The fridge will automatically inform, okay, whether the milk is there is no milk. Okay, so I need not check the status of the milk and I have to buy the milk. It's not like that. The fridge will automatically place the order through internet to the nearby milk vendor. Okay, so likewise the IoT is giving more and more miracles to us. Okay, so in shopping also, as we discussed already, when shopping in the market, the goods will introduce themselves. Automatically the goods likewise they will introduce, and what is the offer today available with that product also they will introduce. Okay, buy one get one free and buy two get one free, likewise. So we need not ask the executive persons available in the malls and the supermarkets. Okay, when entering the doors, scanners will identify the tags on her clothing. Okay, we need not build the cloth. Okay, automatically when entering into the doors, the scanner will identify the tags in the clothing and it will do the billing also. Okay, instead of barcode reader, automatically the scanner will read all the things of the things. When paying for the goods, the microchip of the credit card will communicate with the checkout reader. I need not, nowadays contactless credit cards are also available. Instead of swiping in the machine and giving the passwords, okay, so automatically we have to take the card and come near the swiping machine. Need not even swipe. So within some distance, if you bring the card, automatically the details will be read from the card. Okay, and it will be amount will be taken. Okay, it's only for 2,000 rupees. For more than 2,000 rupees, you have to give your password also. Okay. So when the moving the goods, the reader will tell the staff to put a new one. Okay, so these are the automations of shopping is available in IoT applications scenario. Okay, IoT is everywhere. Okay, there is no restriction in IoT. Okay, so if you tell any domain, there is a IoT will be there. Okay, so in traffic monitoring and connected cars and wearable devices, okay, and security and intelligent routing, road tolls. So nowadays we are having a fast tag, no? So previously, if I travel from Chennai to Kanyakumari, each and every toll plaza, I have to stop my car and I have to give 100 rupees. And the toll amount is 87 rupees and he will give 7 rupees. Okay, then I will search my 7 rupees and I will tell them it's not available. Then again there is a delay. Okay, so in Indian toll plaza, every vehicle having the delay because of the financial transactions. For that, nowadays we are having the fast tag method. Maybe it is make it compulsory for all the vehicles. Okay, only one toll is there which accept the paisa. That also in January 2021, that will be also removed, because I am waiting, not only myself, because of me, so many cars are waiting behind me. Okay, because of the financial transactions. Okay, so if it is okay, while reading the tag, okay, from that they are taking the amount from my bank and I will get a SMS. This is very nicely now. Okay, so these are the very nice projects, fast tag, everything. Okay, so that is the road tolls. Automatically it will be debited, the amount will be debited. I need not wait even a fraction of second. Okay, so intelligent routing means if I want to go to from Tambram to Adayar, okay, so it will tell us that which route is the best one. Okay, so that I can avoid the traffic. Okay, and what is the weather conditions of the road and the weather conditions in that each and every road likewise. Okay, so it is telling that the route 1 is better than route 2, then divert to route 1. Likewise, it is telling some suggestions to us. Okay, suppose in Ola and Uber, also it is telling that expecting more delay in this route, better to change the route. Likewise, it is telling because of the Google Maps. And the connected street lights. Okay, so street lights are not simply, it is a brilliant street lights. Okay, once evening 6 o'clock, automatically it is switched on. Okay, and using the solar, it is getting the power from the solar. Okay, and morning 6 o'clock automatically switched off also. Okay, suppose, and one more thing also, in the long road. Okay, whenever the people crossing the road, that time only the lighters will be switched on based on the movement of the human being only. Okay, suppose it's very not frequently used after 10 o'clock, only one person is using that street. Okay, so at that time there are 10 lights in that street. Okay, after 10 o'clock nobody is using. When the person is entering in the first light area, then only the first light will be switched on. Okay, why is he crossing the first light? The second light will be switched on and first light will be switched off. So at a time, only one light is switching on, not all the entire lights. It's a intelligent street lights. Okay, next one is smart building. Smart building also the same thing. Whenever the person's not available, okay, so persons are not available, so there is no need of power. Okay, so if you place the cooker in the gas stove, automatically the stove getting ignited. Okay, so there is no need of switch on and switch off the gas stove. Okay, so when the gas stove is switched on, automatically that electric chimney also switched on. It's a sensor. Each and everything is a sensor. Okay, and the predictive analysis of the bus and asset tracking. Okay, so I can remotely monitor my land which is available in outer area from my home itself. So whether there is any trespasses are there. Okay, so without any physical fencing, anybody occupying my land, yes or no. Likewise, I can be able to track. That is called the asset tracking. Okay, so next one is digital signatures. Okay, instead of the passwords, we are having the digital signatures also. So likewise, IoT is everywhere. Okay, so each and every day the IoT child is growing like anything. Okay, so if you tell any domain, I will implement IoT there also. In car transport, there is IoT. In the healthcare, there is IoT. In education, there is IoT. In asset tracking, there is IoT, etc., etc. So IoT will let you give you the more benefits. Okay, so Google glasses. Okay, so they are we can able to wear the Google glasses. Okay, it's a human plus data informed and machine assisted. Okay, likewise, and IoT products in shoes also, in helmets also. E-textile, blend fix sensors, electrode technology are simply likewise. In belt also we are having the IoT. Okay, So IoT market maturity in 2029. Okay, so they are telling the datas in billion for each and every country, how it is the important. And IoT toothbrush also. Even we not think that it will come in toothbrush also. Okay. So how many steps have you walked today? Okay, so steps, heartbeat, blood pressure, calories burned, diet to take at what time, what diet to take at what time. Okay, suppose if anyone is a sugar patient, no, if we come to the fruits market, it will suggest don't buy this fruit because it contains more sugar. Likewise, so based upon the image processing, it is telling all these things. And how many calories burned. Okay, so more calories burned means you have to take more food. So likewise, it is informing, as I told you already, it's a personal doctor with us. Steps, how many steps you have already in smartwatch of any version. Okay, we can be able to know that how many steps has been taken by the patient. And the heartbeat, whether the heartbeat is increased or decreased. Okay, both are problem. Everyone should have the normal heartbeat only. Okay, and blood pressure also should be normal. Okay, so blood pressure also should be normal. Okay, so so it has to alert us. Okay, if any problem, because blood pressure, you have to take the tablet. Likewise, medicines at what time you have to take. Is it after food or before food? Okay, we are having one tablet pills made up of plastic. Okay, so but the IoT based pills, it is remained as to take the tablet, to don't miss the tablet. Like this, it is telling. So we are having so many facilities in IoT's applications. And how well do I sleep? Okay, can anyone measure that? How do well I sleep? Likewise, okay. So, but that IoT application will tell you sleeping status, your sleep pattern. Okay, asleep, awake. You went to bed at 11 p.m. Times to fall asleep 0 minutes. Time awakened 20 minutes. You were on bed for 6 hours 40 minutes. Actual sleeping time. I was in the bed 6 hours 40 minutes, but only 6 hours 6 minutes only I have slept. So likewise, each and everything it is monitoring by that smartwatch. Okay, so these are the very plentiful applications. What is the past 1 month history of your sleeping time? Okay, suppose a son is studying in my hostel. Parents don't know how many hours he is sleeping and how many hours he is chatting with his friends. Likewise, so it's a spy also. Okay, it will tell each and everything to the parents. Based upon the data collected, they can inquiry with their own words also. Okay, so it is monitoring. Okay, so monitoring and informing through the databases. Okay, I want to know more about myself, where you are going, who you are interacted with, how long you have spoken to friends, the affinity of connections, how long it takes to get work, the tone of your message, the amount you text, tweet, update, how much exercise you are getting, how much you get distracted. Likewise, can Internet of Things help us to know more about ourselves? So, as I told you already, it's a personal spy. Okay, it's a personal spy. It is telling all the details about us. Okay, and thought controlled computing. Okay, so once upon a time I can give an input in the keyboard. Okay, next I can give the input in the monitor, means it's a touch screen. Okay, so now we are having smartphones also, but thought controlled computing. If you think something, it will be taken and it will be displayed instead of typing. And EEG headset is wearable device.
நல்லா கேதர் பண்றான் இப்போ உள்ள பசங்க.
Okay, so the input is taken from the brain waves. That's what we are telling. So next method of computing is like that only. Okay, so NeuroSky's smart sensors can also track your heart rate and other body metrics and can be embedded in the next generation of wearable devices. Okay, we make it possible for millions of consumers to capture and quality critical health and wellness data. Okay, next one. Technological challenges of IoT. So what are the technological challenges of IoT we are getting here is, the IoT is faced with many challenges such as scalability, standardization, interoperability. Okay, next one is discovery, software complexity, data volumes and interpretations. So next one is power supply. Okay, so interaction and short range communications and wireless communications. So fault tolerance. So these are the technological challenges of IoT we are facing here. Okay. So criticisms and controversies of IoT. Scholars and social observers are pessimists that have the doubts about the promises of the ubiquitous computing revolutions in the areas. Privacy. So definitely privacy will be affected, because it is telling my father, today I have chatted with how many friends and today how many hours I have slept. Okay, so definitely it is a problem of privacy and security. Okay, so there is no security also. Anyone can hack the, so anyone can hack that IoT applications. Okay, so there is no security here. And autonomy and control. And autonomy and control, so anyone can take the control of any device, and social control. Okay, then next to political manipulations and design and environmental impact influences human more decision making. So these are the criticisms and controversies of IoTs are available. Okay, next, Internet of Things. Only we can see the small, only 15% of the things only we can able to see outside, but 85% of the IoT is available inside the under the sea. Okay, so I want to give more applications also. And what are the technologies we have used here is RFID, Wi-Fi with IEEE 802.11, barcode and QR code, Zigbee IEEE 802.15.4, and sensors and smartphones. So these are the technologies we are presently using with the IoT. Okay, so the devices which are used in RFID. It's widely used in transport and logistics, easy to deploy. The RFID tags and RFID readers we are using here. The communication range and the frequency depends on the type of technology. Okay, next technology is Wi-Fi. As we know, WiMAX, apart from Wi-Fi, we are having one technology, WiMAX also. It is having the, it is giving us the more ranges. Okay, so as I told you already, more than how many components can be connected per device. It is also the strength of, depends upon the strength of every device it has to connect. Okay, it's a very common and widely used for both indoor and outdoor environments. General purpose, it's a low cost, because one equipment can support even hundreds of clients also. So highly interoperable, maybe not good solution in some special conditions. Okay, so likewise we are having the Wi-Fi, yeah, barcode and QR code. Okay, and nowadays we are having this barcode and QR code. Okay, instead of typing some long URLs, we have to simply scan this, or using the barcode reader we can use this, or scan the QR code. Okay, so that we can able to, I am giving the input, as I told you already, once upon a time I have given the input from the keyboard, and using the voice recognition also, it's a input I have given, like a voice recognition. Okay, and another time using the brain waves also we can give some inputs, but it needs some more it needs some more updates. Okay, so it's also low cost barcode and QR code. No technological difficulties are available here, but several devices can read a barcode. Okay, so in some colleges also, using the barcode reader they are giving the attendance. Okay, and using the thumb impression of the student they are giving the attendance. The starting point for more complex systems and price comparisons. Okay, so these are the factors are available here. And the Zigbee. So it is a low cost device with very long battery life. One of the most advantageous thing is long battery life. So avoid the previous versions which is having a short battery life. We are having this kind of SIGME system. It is easy to deploy. Okay, it's a plug and play. Likewise, the concept only it is coming, and the large number of nodes it will accept up to 64,770 nodes it will accept. It can be used globally anywhere you can use. Okay, it's a platform independent. Okay, with any OS we can use it, and it's a secured one, ideal for WPAN and mesh networks. Okay, it's very much ideal for wireless PAN and mesh network. It support for multiple network topologies, as I told you already. Okay, the Cisco is mostly using this technologies only. Okay, so these are the pictorial representation of the SIGBs. Sensors and smartphones. So we are awaiting for the 5G networks. Okay, so almost 4Gs, we have used 2Gs, 3Gs. Now we are using 4Gs. Almost we are entering with the, we are going to entering with the 5G networks. Okay, sensors and smartphone. Nowadays, almost everybody will probably have the smartphone. A smartphone is not just a mobile phone that has access to the internet. The iPhone has lot of different types of sensors. Okay, suppose the iPhone is one of the major features in iPhone is fall detection technology. Okay, suppose my friend's father carrying the iPhone and he got met with an accident near the one forest. Okay, so along the iPhone also fallen. Okay, so simply it is detected the fallen place and send the SMS to his son in which place the father got accident. Okay, so immediately he go to that place and he saved his father. Okay, this is the major advantages of the iPhone. Okay, so after that we have to nearby hospital also if it is informed, and nearby police also if it is informed, means we can have one applications like that. Okay, iPhone is fallen. It's a fallen detection technology. Okay, so that is one of the important one. And the top applications are traffic monitoring. Nowadays, it's a very problem. Traffic monitoring is a huge problem in the city, and the health and the security, transport and logistics, daily life, and domotics. Domotics means home automations. So these are the area where we have used, where we are using the IoT in a top 10 basis. Okay, Google traffic. Okay, so it is not a completely IoT project, but it's a partial of IoT projects. Okay, now you may know that Google Maps, they are able to tell the maps of any small streets over the world. Okay, and they are giving without cost also we can use the Google Maps. Okay, not exactly IoT application. It's an example for everyday usage. Okay, suppose I am new to the city, I want to go from one place to another place. Okay, so at that time using Google Maps only. Okay, I can able to, because it's a very important. Google Map, using the Google Map nowadays everyone is using the Google Map. Nowadays everyone is using the Google Maps in the newer city, because I don't know about that city very much. So using the Google Map. Okay. Okay, so everyone almost end user also they can be able to what is the which place to which place, how many hours I can travel using the how many hours I can travel. Likewise, we can able to get the informations. Okay, so what if I go by walk, it will take how many hours, go by two-wheeler, how many hours, go by car, how many hours, go by bus, how many hours, and go by train also, how many hours. Likewise, we are getting in Google things. Okay, so IoT based health wearables. Okay, so what are the wearables that are available in IoT based health wearables? We can see in the here. So it's a hearables and the modables and the location tracking devices, health monitoring devices, health tracking devices, health care charting, ingestible sensors. Okay, so it's a health monitoring bracelet. Instead of wearing ordinary bracelet, okay, it's a passive bracelet. So if it is an active bracelet, okay, so what are the things you can get? So heartbeat minimum 62, maximum 162, okay. And what is the beats per minute, average beats per minute? Likewise, it's nothing but a smartwatch only, and it's a jawbone. Okay, so it is also telling that, and it is sending some information. Suppose if you got with any accident, it will inform to the nearby hospital. And what is your blood group, and what is your name, what is your address, what is your emergency contact, everything that it will be stored in the database. It will give the alert to nearby ambulance also. Okay, so nearby ambulance also, so automatically, so how they are interested in saving our lives. Okay, so that is the very important thing. And the jawbone up, it is linked to an iPhone application, not just a passive bracelet. The application recommends to change lifestyle or diet. Okay, so and we can combine compound applications of with the IoTs. Some of the IoT domains as a compound applications. Healthcare and smart home, both are combined. And the compound applications example, transportation and smart cities. Both are interrelated now, so that we can able to easily identify this things. Smart building plus mobility. Okay, so this can be used as a compound applications. Autobot. Okay, so where the Autobots are used in diagnostic service for cars, as I told you already, using the serial port. Okay, we can get the data. We can get the data of the car. Okay, so it's a troubleshoot. We can troubleshoot the car by the computers. It's alerts relatives in case of an accident. Discovery service of a car questions integrated with several web services. Okay, transport and logistics. Okay, so as I told you already, so shipment, when the shipment was started, and what is the status of present shipment, and when it will reach the destination. Okay, whether the receiver will reach, what is the status? If it is a perishable goods, that also we can able to know the status perishable goods. Okay, so likewise, the IoT is very much useful in transport and logistics also. Now the first business, even actually we have taken this as a first thing for IoT. One of the first business sectors interested in IoT technologies. Currently, two systems are already available and deployed. One is ConLock and Container Safe. Okay, integration of light sensor, GPS and GSMs, both are also, you can check it out. And daily life and domotics. Okay, domotics is nothing but a science of home automations. Okay, nowadays we are very much interested in home automations. Okay, security and alarm and motion detector, radiators and temperatures. Okay, monitoring and control. Okay, automatic notifications, remote control. Sometimes we will place the remote control in somewhere else. We don't know where is the remote control is also. At that time, it will be helpful to identify where is the remote control. Environmental monitoring, door control, everything is comes under the domotics. Okay, so each and every day this domotics is helping us to invent new applications. Okay, the same thing, home and family, door and locks, light and switches, damage and danger, motions and camera. Even it is LPG, gas leakage. If there is any gas leakage in your kitchen, that also will be identified. Okay, it will automatically inform to the nearby LPG service centers. Okay, likewise. So many possible developments to domotics. There are no standard and widely accepted solutions for domotics. A framework has been developed for home automation applications. It's called Freedom. The applications are also available. Okay, so when we are coming into the point of smart agriculture, okay, already I have explained what is a smart agriculture. Okay, now picturized session with the sensors and the smart control, how it has been taken from the land, cloud-based event and data management. Okay, smart analysis and planning. Okay, so in server, each and every data will be saved. Based on the data, now we can conclude we can conclude on decisions. Okay, so that see the sensor is available in the tomato plant, and it is instead of going to paddy field each and every day. Okay, so each and every day it is telling us the status. Okay, but we not go to each and every day, but once in a week we can go. Okay, it's not like that. Simply I can sitting in the AC room, I can do agriculture. It's not like that. Okay, instead of going 7 days per week, I can go for once in a 10 days or thrice in a month like this. Okay, web of things. So the web of things also like one of the major factor in IoT. It is used to achieve need universal protocol to combine several heterogeneous devices. The protocol should be simple, lightweight, loosely coupled, and scalable, flexible, and standard. Okay, so it only connecting the backbones. Okay, so using the HTTP, TCP, IPv6, XML, JSON, and RSS, Atom, REST, everything, and it allows the objects to expose their features and to communicate with external apps and centralized services. It's like a simpler mesh. Okay, semantic web. It's a vision about an extension of the existing World Wide Web. It provides the software programs with the machine interpretable metadata of the published informations and data. Okay, the objects are the things are the resources. The ontologies for knowledge representation, information collected by the objects, etc. Okay. Next, a feature of IoT. Okay. The world is full of sensor networks and the home automation and domotics, daily life, traffic monitoring, shopping, etc., tracking and shipping of goods, and health, because health plays a vital role in all the domains. Okay, so always the feature of IoT. We need some growth in health-based departments also. It's unpredictable developments. Okay, suppose some weather monitoring, tsunami, okay, flood. And what is the strength of the building? Okay, unpredictable developments. There also we can use the IoTs. Okay, so in future of IoT, they are introducing the 50B machines become connected. It's an industrial internet. Okay, we need more development in industrial IoT also. IoT. Okay, OT is virtualized, analytics become predictive. Employees increase productivity, machines are self-healing and automated. Monitoring and maintenance is mobilized. Okay, so the sky is not the limit for IoT. It is only the beginning with the IoT. Okay, before 10 years, what is the status of IoT? So now what is the status of IoT? Now after 10 years, what is the status of IoT? Okay, it's comparatively, before the last 10 years growth, the next 10 years growth will be enormous of IoT. Okay, that way 100% it will be sure. Okay, so IoT government applications. What are the government applications are available regarding the IoT? It's smart cities, national defense, city planning and control, creating jobs, responding quickly to emergencies, building an ecosystem for water safety. Okay, so next, urban planning using IoT. What is the urban planning? It's a network coverage with the traffic and pollution control and the noise environment. Okay, so they are having the government projects. Okay, future of IoT with the cloud computing. So as I told you already, IoT is not a single object. It has to come up with the so many existing domains like networks and data mining and cloud computing. Okay, so IoT is artificial intelligence also. It has to give some tie-ups. Okay, so IoT road maps. Okay, so IoT road maps. So these are the IoT road maps as I discussed already. The same thing is there. Okay, and these are the references. Okay, I have taken from so many references. Thanks for your attentions. Any questions? Okay, so my email ID is ramanmasnatto@gmail.com. My contact number is this one. So I am requesting the participants to make a note of this, and any in future also you can disturb me regarding any queries. Thank you. Thank you, Sri Sairam College Management and Department of CSC, HOD Lata ma'am and Meena Kabilan ma'am and Guru Subramaniam sir for giving this wonderful opportunities. Thank you everyone. Thank you participants. Thank you one and all.
Participants, you can join the next session, post-lunch session by 2 p.m. 2 p.m. means 1:50 p.m. you can join exactly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ramasubramanian sir, for
Thank you,
kindly
ma'am.
accepting our invitation and your valuable informative speech, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure, ma'am. It's my
Surely.
pleasure.
Thank you,
I
sir.
have to thank you with make a meeting with the academic group, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Surely, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, you can join back by 1:50 p.m. in the for the post-lunch session.